Hi everyone! Hello! How's everyone doing? Happy Saturday! Hi honey. Yeah, sorry, that was the thing I said I needed to test out. But hi, welcome in! Hi Arya, congrats on getting first. Hi Braywolf, hi Browheel, congrats on getting second. Hi Zero, hi Zio, how are you guys all doing? Oh boy, yeah, I was setting that up yesterday during Zio's stream. I've been wanting to set up auto shoutouts for my friends for like when they enter chat. Because I'm really bad at shouting out my friends, I always forget. So I set up an auto thing, but you can't test it when you're offline because it only works their first stream. You're their first chat in stream, so I had to wait. So, yay, it worked! Yay, yippee! Hi, hope you guys are all doing good. I'm so excited for today's stream. To prep for today's stream, I was literally listening to Epic the Musical before this. I was listening to I Would Fall in Love with You Again, the last song of the musical, right before stream. Made me tear up a little bit, but hey, I wanna, you know, I wanna soak in Penelope and Odysseus's love for each other. So that was my my stream prep today. I thought about playing it during the starting soon screen, but I do know Epic's music is copyrighted, and even though I don't really make a lot of money off of it, I was like, you know, best safe than sorry, so that way I don't have YouTube and Twitch getting mad at me. But I did consider it. Oh, hi. I hope you guys are doing well. I'm so excited for today's game. It's so cute. I was setting it up and I was making sure all the scenes and stuff were working. And when I was doing that, I noticed that the game actually has like a little intro video. So we're gonna have to watch that together. It'll be so fun. But I hope everyone's having a great Saturday so far. My Saturday's been pretty chill, pretty nice. A good Saturday morning. Did a little crochet. Had some food. Pretty chill day. Did some cleaning, some wire management for my computer. That was nice. Mainly the wire for my mic. It's kind of placed weird, and so it goes underneath the front of my desk because of where it has to plug into my PC. And so it would get stuck in my chair handle a lot. So I fixed that, so now that's not an issue. So I had a productive morning, so that's good. I hope you guys are all doing well. Hope you guys have had a chill Saturday as well, or maybe productive. Whichever suits your fancy. Today's game should be really fun. It's for those of you who don't know, we're gonna be playing Pre-Odyssey. And Pre-Odyssey is it's what it sounds like. So the Odyssey is a epic, is what they're called, which are these big long stories from Greek and Roman, typically mythologies, that they really liked. And they're these big heroic stories is what mainly the focus is on them. They'll typically have a hero that they center on, and they're called epics. And so the Odyssey is one of the most well-known ones. It's actually part of, like, I want to believe a series of epics by Homer, I want to say. And they, like, so you've got the Odyssey, and then he also is the one who did, oh gosh, can I remember what it's called? The one with Achilles, which takes place before the Odyssey because it is the war that they're fighting. The war with the Trojans. I'm blanking on the name though right now. And that's the one I had to read for my English lit class in college, and I'm blanking on that name right now, but stuff like that. Very fun. the Odyssey has become very popular in recent years, especially it's kind of got a resurgence because fans of Epic, the musical, which it takes place. It tells the story of the Odyssey, so very, very cool. Oh, the Iliad! There we go. Ha! I got it. The Iliad. That's the one that takes place before the Odyssey. Which I believe the guy who made Epic is going to make one on the Iliad as well, is what he's working on next, I want to say, if I remember correctly. Fun. Great. But yeah, it'll be fun. But the Odyssey takes place and it's telling you about, primarily your focus is on Odysseus and his story to get back home. And so this game is Pre-Odyssey. So it's what happened before the Odyssey, before the war, back when Odysseus and Penelope were both still young. And it's gonna be a cute little game on how they met and fell in love, which is very, very cute. I believe this game has 4 endings. I don't think any of them are really bad endings, but from a romance standpoint, there's 2 endings that are good where they end up together, and there's 2 endings that are kind of sad because they just end up as friends. They get friend-zoned. So we're gonna try to go for one of the romance endings, and hopefully we get it. But I'm playing it blind, so I'm a little scared, but hopefully it'll be okay. But it looks really cute. Apparently it's a really cute, really fluffy game. And yeah, so I'm very excited. We can jump into it. I'm so excited for it. We'll go over to the screen because again, it does start playing that video, I think, as soon as I launch the game. So you guys should be able to see the video. Watch it together. Okay, let's see if we go to gaming. And then I put this here so that way you guys are staring at a black box. Back. Game. Oh, there we go. It should be loading. There we go.
After he had sacked. Huh? What do you mean wrong script?
Cute! This has partial voice acting, is what it said.
Being swarmed by ducks? Yeah, and I bet they tell you that they love you all.
You're so cute!
Are you kidding? I love ducks. But I love you even more.
Experience a 3,000-year-old myth retold as an otome. Love to see it. Here's how the story unfolds. Discover lore and trivia, and more. Yeah, it does give you some, I think, a bunch of different, like, Greek epic lore and stuff as well. So very, very cute, very, very cool. Hi, Krambit! Welcome in! How are you doing? How was your drive? You had that, like, super long drive, right? How's it going? How'd it go? I hope you're doing well. Alright. Pre-Odyssey. Odysseus, Penelope, and her ducks. Love at first quack. It went well? Yay! I'm glad. I'm glad. Look how cute they are. I'm excited. I think this is gonna be a really cute and fluffy game, so I'm really looking forward to it. Yeah, I think the game's... yeah, it looks like it's fitting good. Down to Austin and back. Rough. I did that once for a concert. I drove down to Austin, went to a concert, then immediately started driving back up. Alright, I guess we'll start. The duck noises. Lore unlocked. Penelope. So we're playing as Penelope. Beautiful, beautiful girl. Why did I even say yes to Uncle, Hydarius? Hydarius? It's gonna be really hard for me to say these names, guys. I'm gonna try my best. Okay. Alright, fine. It's my fault. I couldn't say no. Maybe it's not that bad. At least I don't have to see Father. It's just that I'm not comfortable with unfamiliar places. Everyone looks at us all weird here. At home they ignore us. Let me check on the sound and stuff. Hey, it doesn't look like it's too loud. You guys can let me know though if at any point anything's too loud or too quiet, and I'll change it for you guys. I like that it's like the Greek painting, like the ones you would find on like the pottery from the time. It's the art style of the ducks. Silhouette. Oh? You think too? Huh? Oh, you too, huh? Look at all the ducks. Look at no baby duck. Didn't I tell you already while we're here? You know Helen, my cousin? She's very extremely pretty, so kings and princes kept coming over to ask for her. Helen? I believe Helen is the one that, like, is the reason the war gets started as well. For the Iliad and the Odyssey, it's because of Helen, and yeah, I do know that much. Not because of her specifically, but because of how the men treated Helen. I heard she's been upset, so Uncle called me and my sisters over. But we're not really familiar with each other. Besides, she doesn't really like you guys being around. Hey, no swearing. She's still my cousin.
As I've thought, I shouldn't have bothered coming here. That poor lady was swarmed by those men. Quite pitiable, if you ask me.
Helen of Troy? Yep. Helen of Troy. The young man turned around, only to see a sight to behold.
What am I looking at?
Just a girl surrounded by ducks, hey. What's weird about that, huh? Between Helen and me, I'd say she's like a beautiful, majestic swan, while I'm just a mangy little duck next to her. Oh, sorry, that's not what I meant. You guys are great. Ducks are great.
Is she being swarmed by ducks?
I wonder if there's a duck prince, or a duck king. And then they turn into a handsome man with a kiss. Is there anyone of you like that?
By the gods. Are they conversing?
And the ducks, in turn, reply and seemingly listen to the girl. Almost as though they actually understood each other.
How surreal.
The girl turned her head and caught sight of the man who'd been watching her. She pulled her veil over her face. She's so cute! Oh my gosh. What a handsome man. Penelope then whispered to her ducks. Must be one of Helen's suitors. The birds nudged her with their heads. Approach him? But... should I? Or I'm trying to get them to fall in love. Mayhaps our ducks are leading us down the right path? We can try, I guess, saying hi. Can I save? I can save! Okay. Well, I'm gonna be abusing the save system. Okay. We'll say hi. No, they're right. I should toughen up more. Being here and all, it's a nice opportunity to meet new people. Hold on, but what do I say? I can't just walk up to him for no reason, right? Right? The girl took a deep breath to steady herself. Alright, we can do this. and she turned around. Yeah! Surprised, she almost tripped. Whoa there, are you alright? Thankfully, he managed to catch her. He's holding my hand! Scandalous! I don't smell like duck right now, do I? With her head filled with useless thoughts, the girl could only nod in response. Oh, that's good. Sorry about that. Huh? No, it's fine. I mean, I'm fine. Yes, I'm okay. Great. First impression, Penelope. Go me. You don't have to be so nervous around me. Who's nervous? Not me. Definitely not me. Right. I'm not convincing, am I? Not in the slightest. I want to go home. I'm Odysseus. Might I have the pleasure to hear your name? The man, or rather Odysseus, said as he held out his hand for a handshake. Huh? Oh, you may call me Penelope. She smiled, returning the gesture. Penelope? Such a pretty name. Ha ha ha. Yes. Honestly, she's not very fond of her name. For various reasons. Anyway, I just came over since I couldn't help but notice the sight of you. And your ducks. Watching you talk to ducks attracted my attention. Huh? Did he just call me attractive? No, he didn't. But we'll leave it to her to misunderstand. So, I was wondering, what's with the ducks? There's so many of them. At that, the ducks, who had all kept quiet, suddenly started quacking. Almost as if they wanted their presence to be known. Ah, they're my friends. These little guys always follow me around. It's been like that since I was a child. At that, one of the ducks leaped into her arms. They're good kids. I see. Wait, did I just say what I did? He must think I'm a freak. A duck weirdo. While Penelope was wallowing in self-induced despair, the man had picked up one of the ducks and cradled it in his arms. I'm curious. Let me see. So we've got save load, log back. Oh, here we go. Wait. Yeah, haha, our lore page. So we unlocked 2. Yes, 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 yes. Tyndareus? Tyndareus was the king of Sparta and the father of Helen, also renowned as Helen of Troy. The face that launched a thousand ships. Yep, that's the war. Or not. It was said that Helen's true father was Zeus. Tyndareus was at a loss with what to do with the suitors and wished for his daughter's hand in marriage until Odysseus gave him a helping hand. Swan. According to myth, Zeus took a liking to Helen's mother and disguised himself as a swan. Helen was said to be Zeus's daughter with Tyndareus' wife, making her the Spartan king's stepdaughter. Her mother supposedly laid 2 eggs. Helen was born from one of them, together with her brother Pollux. Oh my gosh, these names. Odysseus? The other egg hatched her sister, Clytemnestra, and her other brother, Castor. Ducks aren't fond of Helen. Okay. Might as well read some of the lore while we get it. Alright. While Penelope was wallowing in self-induced despair, the man had picked up one of the ducks and cradled it in his arms. Fascinating. They really are well behaved. At that comment, the duck in his arms held their head up as if showing off. Aw, who's a good boy? You are. Yes, you are. As he began stroking the duck, which the bird seemed to enjoy. Having seen the sight, Penelope, who had been forgotten, perked up. Ah, he's not making fun of me. Odysseus seems like a nice man. That little one says he likes you. Huh? So you really can't understand what they're saying. Am I digging my own grave again? No, Odysseus is nice, I think. I mean, I literally had only known him for a few minutes, but I feel like I could trust him. Yes, I've always understood their quacks. She finally replied. It's not weird, is it? Well, yes, it is very weird. What happened to my trust in Odysseus? You're pretty fascinating. I like you. Huh? Penelope stopped working. At that, the duck he was cradling suddenly startled, biting him. Ow! Ow! The ducks below started attacking him with tackles and pecks. Fine, sorry, I won't bully Penelope anymore, alright? At that quack, all of them stopped. I swear, I could feel you all glaring at me. He whimpered while stroking the angry duck he was holding. Sorry about that. Looks like they went wild after I blinked out. It's fine. I don't think they're- It's fine. I didn't think that they'd be protective of you. Well, they are my best friends. My only friends, but he doesn't need to know that. I see. You must not have many friends. He's not a disciple of Athena for no reason, guys. That's mean. I mean, he's right, but that was still mean. Cue and another duck attack. What did I do this time? Don't tell me I was right. You don't have Fred. Ow, ow, ow. He had it coming for him. Guys, it's fine. You don't have to keep attacking him. Thank you for the backup. With that, he set the duck down. You don't have to thank me for that. Well, as much as I'd like to continue chatting, I have some small business to attend to. I may have gotten some duck bites, but this was fun. I'll drive by here again tomorrow. See ya. But wait. Before she could get another word out, the man had left her sight. He's fast. Tomorrow, huh? At that quack, she turned to the duck on her arm. Oh, it's nothing. Come, it's almost time for lunch. Hi, Beanie! Welcome in! How are you doing? Happy Saturday. Business. Right. He probably went off to see Helen. Next day. The lone girl gracefully walked along the hall, with a trail of ducks quacking behind her. She almost seemed like a mother duck, followed by her little duckling. Penelope whispered in the background. Hi! Wait. Oh yeah. Isn't that the child of Prince Icarus? I hear that she's mad. Such a beauty is wasted on her. Why is she being followed by those birds? Is she a witch? Lore unlocked! Let's go. Witch. Witch, sorceresses, enchantresses. These powerful women could cast spells and brew magical potions that could even the mightiest of men. Among them was Circe. Hey! A powerful witch goddess from the mythical island of... I can't say that, that's all vowels. According to the Odyssey, she had tamed wild animals and such as wolves and lions, as if they were house pets when Odysseus' men encountered her. Later on, she turned his men into pigs, yes. It is debatable whether or not she could tame ducks. The girl simply continued walking. She had long learned to ignore their gossip. She had her ducks, after all. Penelope had always told herself that they're all the friends she needed. Or perhaps she was simply too distracted to bother with any of that today. I wonder if I'll ever see Odysseus. He said he'll drop by again. Ah yes, the gossip definitely flew by her. Oh, but would he really? Did I be seeing him like this? Won't it hurt his chances with Helen? Penelope! Great timing! Speak of the devil. Am I dragging him down? But Penelope didn't seem to have noticed the one occupying her head. Penelope? Might end up being called a duck boy. Oh no, we can't have that. Grease to Penelope. Maybe I should stop seeing him for his own good. Penelope! Quick, help me hide! Ah! Whoa, it's just me. Okay, no more questions. Just hide me. We'll help him, I think. Make another save point. Told you guys, I'm gonna be abusing the save system. This is how I play games. I'm like, every single choice, save. Alright, we'll help him. As requested, Penelope pulled Odysseus to a bush outside. Guys, surround the bush. She told the ducks, who immediately crowded Odysseus's hiding spot. What's going on? Why are we actually doing this? We heard someone scream. Just then, two unfamiliar figures sprinted right over Penelope's direction. Oh, that was me. I, almost tripped. I hope you're fine. The taller man asked with concern. He had chestnut brown hair and amethyst-colored eyes. His body seemed well built. The other one had short black hair and brown eyes. He had the same stare as Odysseus, or at least seemed to. Both of them were wearing simple white tunics. Yes, I am. Thank you for asking. Oh, we're in ads. I'll stop then real quick. We'll do a little break. Maybe read some lore. We had some lore with the boys. Greek vases. Yes, I did notice that. Ancient Greek vases had special painting technique, which gave them a red/orange and black colors. They were inspiration for the aesthetics of the NPC silhouettes. I did gather that. I did see the vision. Very cute. Music's pretty nice too, honestly. Alright, there we go. Another 40 seconds, I think. In case. I know we got a few people who don't have subs, so don't want them to miss out. Plus, I need to take big breaks. I always forget when I play these games. Penelope's adorable. I agree. Penelope is very, very cute. Yeah, I like it so far. I think it's really, really cute. Thank you for the hydrate. Alrighty. And we are good. Alright. Yes, I am. Thank you for asking. Good. The black-haired one nodded and then looked around. It didn't really take long for the man to walk onto a particular duck bush. They were menacing. man let out a nervous laughter before turning his attention back to the girl. Yeah, no, those ducks are bad news. Anyways, have you seen someone pass by here? Our companion, brown hair, about this length. He wanted to gesture to his shoulders, similar to Odysseus's hair. Red eyes. Yeah, scary red eyes, impossible to miss. He added it in deadpan. Have you seen him? Her eyes unconsciously trailed over to the bush's direction. We're gonna lie for him. He passed by. He ran this way. She pointed further along the hallway. Penelope and Telemachus are the true heroes of the Odyssey. Yup. Agree. Penelope's awesome, honestly. Like, honestly iconic, and she gets some love in Epic, but she's iconic. She's so iconic because literally the fact that she literally is she literally is unsewing her father-in-law's memorial cloth, right? But she has to weave it. It's part of the tradition. And to prevent suitors from marrying her, she then unweaves it every single night and then reweaves it the next day. And she does this for 20 years. That is dedication. I love that. She was so smart. Because she knew the power she had back then, and it wasn't a lot, right? There's only so much she could do as a woman in that period, right? But even with that, she was so cunning and smart, and she really did the best she could to keep control over her area and wait for her husband. And I'm that is beautiful, and I love her so much. Most faithful couple in Greek mythology, for real. Yes, he bumped into me earlier. That's why I screamed. He was the one who made me scream. That part wasn't a lie. The two looked at each other, almost as though they were doubtful. Run along now, you might lose him. Her smile made them step back for a moment. Both nodded before finally following the direction she had pointed towards. That was nerve-wracking. Sorry that I made you deal with those two. Oh, it's fine. They were nice. They were worried about me. Those jerks. Hey, I'm not scary, am I? No. So yeah, they're jerks. Stupid Ajax. Oh gosh. Stupid Antilochus. Antilochus. Greek names, guys. I'm struggling. This is when having dyslexia is really, really bad. He nodded to himself sagely. Thanks for cooperating with me back there. I could tell that you were struggling with lying. You didn't need to point that out. Why were you running from them anyway? Because they wanted to drag me off to drink in broad daylight. I'm fine if that was only that, but we all know that they just wanted to complain about their love life. Sure, we'll pronounce it that way. Yeah, we're just gonna work with it. If he comes up more often than that, I'll Google it. Names that come up frequently, I'll Google if I don't know how to say it. They got dumped by Helen, like a sad sack of olives, you see. Sounds like you three are good friends. She chuckled. Do you even listen to me talk? What part of what I said made it sound like we're friends? Oh, am I being presumptuous? You sounded fond of them, so I thought... It's not like I have friends, so I really wouldn't know. Sorry, I guess I was mistaken. Right, you don't have other friends, huh? Hey, you don't have to point that out. He went another duck attack. We got another lore thing. Olives. Tomatoes didn't arrive in Greece until after the 15th century, while potatoes were only brought in during the 18th century. So, sad sack of olives instead. Later, in the Odyssey, Penelope tested Odysseus by telling him that she'll have their bed moved. Odysseus protested, arguing that it would be impossible, as he had carved it out of the trunk of a living tree himself, something that only two of them knew about. Thus, he proved his identity as her husband, Odysseus. The olive tree is a symbol of their enduring and movable marriage. That's so cute! That is in the song that I was listening to. The expressions they make, I know! I love it. So cute. Ow! Ow! Okay, I'm sorry. I was just ruffling her feathers. That's even meaner. Well, you better get used to it. That's how friends are. Sometimes. So, you're not exactly wrong about those guys, I guess. Wait. Penelope is loading. Are you implying that we're friends? Huh? Yeah, aren't we already? I mean, sure, I guess you're a different kind of friend compared to those blockheads who normally surround me. But you're a man, and I'm... Huh? You're friends with ducks. Odysseus spoke in a very monotone voice. Well, yes. So, what's wrong with being friends with me? Well, she's not really sure why she kept searching for any excuse. Her social skills were simply non-existent. Relatable. I mean, you only came here for Helen anyway. As a result, she ended up quacking the first thing that at the top of her head. Oh no, did I just... It's over. Never in her life did she want to disappear so badly. Unfortunately, her legs seemed to have frozen up, so she couldn't even run away. You were worrying about that? Don't laugh. I only came here because I was curious about this most beautiful woman in the world. But I knew that I stood no chance anyway. I just joined the bandwagon as an excuse to take a vacation. I'm not interested in Helen. I didn't even bring a gift. You should have seen the look on your uncle's face when he learned that I came empty-handed. Not that he accepted any of the other gifts. Really. I'm just a curious onlooker here. Oh. Somehow his words had lifted the burden on my chest. Me? Oh girl, also me? For real? Penelope had never felt this relieved. Wait, why am I relieved? So, are you satisfied now? Well, she wanted to say, it's not like something that, like this would satisfy me or anything, but she had no guts to pull off a tsundere act. Won't you be troubled if you're associated with me? She didn't have the best reputation after all. That was putting it lightly. You're worried about that? Let people say what they want, think what they want. If they have any complaints, direct them to the king of Ithaca to see if they'll still talk. Who? Odysseus pointed to himself. Nay, I'm the king of Ithaca. Don't tell me you didn't know who you were talking to. Oh right, he's Helen's suitors, our kings and princes. Of course Odysseus would be one as well. Helen herself was a daughter of the Spartan king, okay, I gotta look up this name. Yeah, Penelope was like, huh? King of Ithaca? Huh? Alright, hold on, we're gonna Google this name because I don't know how to say this. Okay. This is her uncle, so it keeps coming up. Okay. I want to say it's Tydarnius, but I don't know if that's... pronunciation. Yeah, Tindarius. Tindarius or Tindarius. Okay, Tindarius. I was right. Alright, cool. Alright. Helen herself was the daughter of the Spartan king, Tindarius. Or, well, stepdaughter? It's a long story. I think we got another lore thing, too. I'm guessing it's about Ithaca. Oh no, Sparta. Okay, okay. Sparta, the setting of the story. While Sparta was very well known for its military might, Penelope and Odysseus' era was before the militarization of the city-state. This Sparta was ruled by the brothers Tyndareus and Icarus. Awesome. Even I knew that you're the daughter of Prince Icarus, at least. Then she finally continued, biting her lips. Then, if you're fine with being hounded by ducks... Are you kidding? I'm more than okay with these guys. He reached out to grab one of them and stroked the bird's head. Seeing the gesture, the other ducks began to surround him, seemingly hoping for a pet as well. I love these guys. Besides, if it weren't for them, we probably wouldn't be talking like this. They're so cute! It's gotten noisy, huh? The young man said quietly. Penelope could only nod. And Odysseus smiled. And that was how we became friends. Ever since then, while other suitors continued to try and woo Helen, Odysseus would spend time with Penelope instead. The two would just talk and tell each other stories, but mostly play with the ducks. Have you heard about, Atlanta? I think I'm overthinking. Have you heard about Atlanta? Of course I have. I was raised by... She was raised by bears, wasn't she? Correct. Abandoned by her father at birth, raised by bears, and joined by a group of hunters. Abandoned by her father? How sad. Odysseus... Okay. She was most known for being part of the... Cladonian War Hunt? As well as a member of... Argonauts? 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 Didn't she mention that your father was part of that too? We're getting so many in lore, she's like bam, bam, bam. Haha, you remembered. He was also part of the boar hunt. So, you know, he told me this story about that one time, Atlanta... Argonauts. Argonauts. Okay. Guys, I'm struggling. I'm trying my best. Okay. Odysseus was especially good at telling stories, and he had a lot to tell. Penelope would always listen to him with keen interest. Whenever they spent their time together, it was almost as if they were in their own world. However, all good things must come to an end. Alright, let's check out some of the lore we got. Yeah, Argonauts. Argonauts. Okay. Heroes who were gathered by Odysseus' cousin Jason aboard the ship called Argo on a fetch quest to prove himself worthy for the throne of Iolcus. This band of heroes was known to have accomplished many feats and adventures across land and sea. Among them were Laertes, Odysseus' father, as well as Atlanta, Prince of Arcadia. The Cladonian Boar Hunt, a classical monster-slaying myth. According to the legend, King Odysseus neglected to offer tributes to the Artemis, the god of the hunt. To punish the transgressions, she sent Cladonian boar to devastate the countryside. The king summoned heroes to vanquish the beast, and Atlanta was one of those who answered his call. Odysseus' father, Laertes, was also a participant of this hunt. I think astronauts with the ship name instead of Astro. Okay, okay, okay. Infanticide. Oop. In Greek myth, the killing of your offspring was frowned upon and was seen as a barbarous act. However, exposure was accepted an act of deserting the child to be in a forest, roadside, or someone else's front door. Yeah, so you can't kill them directly, but you could just leave them out to die. Okay. Whether the child survives or not would be up to fate. It seemed that there were loopholes in this, such as exposure to the sea. Yet, if the fate willed it, one's life shall be spared from such a workaround. Right? Foreshadowing. Okay. Laertes. Odysseus' father, the former king of Ithaca, and Argonaut, who participated in the Cladonian boar hunt. He was married to Anticlea, known as a loyal husband to his wife. He feared the thought of upsetting her. In the Odyssey, Odysseus' final stop was the home of his father, who was tending to his garden. The long-lost son decided to test his father and pretend to be a traveler who was in search of his old friend, Odysseus. Laertes ended up sobbing at the thought of his son he had lost. Odysseus felt bad for tricking his father and ended up revealing his true identity, leading to a father-son reunion. How sweet. Dumb Greeks parenting skills are real. They're like, if you kill your child for shame, that is evil. If you leave them outside to nature, that's up to the gods. That's up to the fates to decide their fate. That's not really you. That's fine. Like, okay. And then, Teucer, the number of suitors have significantly dwindled. So, he and Ajax. Does that mean that once Helen's chosen a husband, Odysseus will have to go home? A. My parents wanted to name me Odysseus because I too broke through. That's crazy. That's crazy. Thank you for the 1 bit. That's crazy though. Ditched us and we found them. No wait, I have to go home. Can you believe that they did that? Not like I can bring him home with me. Hold on, why would I think about bringing him home? Odysseus' voice was drowned in a sea of her own thoughts. Hey, are you listening? Yeah. When did you get so close? Oh, so you really weren't listening. Guys, she's so mean, right? He turned to the ducks, asking for their validation. See? Even, Duck Evides agrees. Actually, the little one said, don't ask me. And when did he give them names? A lot of kids. Oh my gosh. Stop! Stop, you guys. Stop. Penelope, I bring home lots of ducks. Maybe a guy would be okay. Oh my gosh. Recently, Odysseus had been trying to converse with her ducks. Emphasis on trying. He'd get them wrong 99% of the time. Penelope never corrected him, so he probably thought he was getting it right. So, tell me, what's bothering you? Huh? Did the duckies mess your bed this morning? The birds flapped their wings in protest. Hey, it's a joke. The ducks seemed offended, but they let his insolence be this time. They're benevolent creatures, after all. Should I tell him? Yeah, let's tell him we want to bring him home. It's about Helen. Oh, go on. Do you think she's any closer to picking a suitor? Yeah, my best bet is... Gosh. Hold on, guys, we're googling this. I want to say... Oh gosh, okay. Plus? Menelaus. Oh no, Menelaus. Okay, Menelaus. Okay, cool. I had a friend who was the youngest of 3 kids who all started with names that started with A. Her mom told her if they had another one that would be X. It's crazy. Oh. Then Odysseus will be going soon. You don't have to worry about your cousin or uncle actually making a choice anytime soon, though. Penelope blinked. Huh? Why? Let's put it this way. What will happen to the other suitors who had put much effort and resources into courting her and her father? They would probably try to backstab him. They would get upset, and, they would bear a grudge, maybe towards the uncle or the one who got picked. You got it! Smart girl. It's not that much. Hi, Nari! My princess is so beautiful today, snap it! How are you doing today, lovely? We're playing Pre-Odyssey. Very cute, very cutesy. You like my new auto shout-out? This is what I was working on yesterday during Zio's stream. I'm good, just bored. Oh, you can hang out with us. We're doing Pre-Odyssey. It's this love story between Penelope and Odysseus. Very, very cutesy. Anyways. Is that why Uncle refuses to accept the gifts they've brought? Odysseus nodded. Otherwise it will just fan the flame of the already volatile competition. In addition to that, it's not just your cousin on the line here. The throne of Sparta is also up for grabs through marriage with her. It's more complicated than I initially thought, huh? You're also very much involved here in these throne games, you know. What was that? Don't mind me. Okay. So then. Head on your back. Oh my gosh. Nari. I don't mind. Is there any chance Helen would pick you? Me? No way. I pretty much don't even exist as far as she's concerned. Didn't I tell you? I came here not expecting anything. But you're... all of the above. You're fun to be around, and you're handsome, and you're also charming. I'm pretty sure many others would want to get close to you. I didn't know you thought that well of me. Although, I'd say the opposite is true for others. Most would rather not associate with the King of Ithaca. Huh? Why? Well, anyway. He laughed nervously. No. I didn't expect to hear you flirt with me like this. They're so cute! I love them. I love them dearly. Jake gonna run out of save slots. It is likely to happen, Arya. I will not lie. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. Okay. Oh yeah, lore. We got some lore. There we go. Ithaca! Let's go. The kingdom Odysseus ruled. Ithaca is a small, sunny little island with rugged roads unsuitable for horses, so they used donkeys for transportation instead. They grew corn and produced wine, and also cared for cattle, goats, and swine. It is a quaint, unremarkable little country, but somehow its name was known far and wide. Menelaus. Spoilers! Menelaus won Helen's hand in marriage. He was also the brother of Agamemnon, the king of Mycenae, which was one of the largest forces in the Greek camp during the Trojan War. Agamemnon married Clytemnestra, Helen's half-sister. We don't talk about what happened to their marriage. Oh no. Teucer, half-brother of Ajax the Great. He was known for his skill in archery. In battle, it was said that he would often position himself behind his big brother, who carried an enormous shield. He's also currently here in Sparta, vying for Helen's hand. a million slave spots to give. I will say, yeah, I do like, so like this one actually has a pretty good number. It has like 10 areas almost for saving, and like 6 per thing. When they have like 6 or 9 per page and they've got like 10 pages, that's like 90 saves. I love that. That is good content. Especially if you have a lot of love interest, it's really good. I have played games though where they only have like 10 save slots. Like this is what happened when we played Amori. There was only 10. Dude, I had to keep saving over them. And then it's like, well, what's the point of having multiple save spots? Because it's like, there's not enough for me to go back to. Sad. Helen was known for being a flirt. She is taunted by the surviving women of Troy for playing both sides during the war. Yeah, Helen's interesting. Internal screaming. I wasn't. Even your ducks agree. The one time he just had to get them right. Oh, look, it's getting dark. She spoke in quick succession. We have to get going. See you.
Hey, wait!
Aw, look at them. He followed her and grabbed Penelope's as soon as he caught up.
Let me walk you back to your place.
He's gonna walk her home! Oh my gosh. It's okay, I can go there on my own. Besides, don't you have any other business to attend to?
None at all. That's why I'm offering to walk you back.
No. Aren't you a king? Don't you have work to do?
I'm on vacation.
I already hear enough nagging back home. As you should. Aw, I thought we were friends. Didn't you say friends can be mean to each other sometimes? You're learning from me, huh? No, bad Penelope, accept his gesture. Yeah. Flirt, I say, flirt. Be cute together. That's your future husband. You're supposed to be the nice friend. I can play mean if I want. Then I guess I'll play nice next time. You've always been nice, even when you're being mean. Huh? Oh, or really? They're so cute! Look at him blushing, they're so cute! I love them. I love them so much, I love them so much. And then silence. The area where they stood was rather secluded, and since it was getting late, there wasn't really anyone around. Even the ducks in the background remained quiet as they watched. If their feathery companions could talk, they would have screamed, "Just kiss already!" They're giving me cavities. I know, they're so sweet! I agree with the ducks. Kiss, 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 kiss. The awkward silence between them was almost unbearable, if not for the occasional soft whispers of the wind or frequent chirps of the insects. Penelope? Just then a deep voice broke through the silence. Both their attention was immediately snapped towards the new arrival. Father! Penelope froze. The man was of a towering height, about a head and a half taller than Odysseus. He had the same hair color as Penelope, with hair tied back and length that rested a little past his shoulders. The wrinkles on his face reflected his age, coupled with the bushy facial hair that covered them. His eyes were sharp and unwelcoming, a dark and deep blue like the ocean. Oh, Icarus, Before Odysseus could finish his words, the man had marched up to by Penelope's side, pushed Odysseus away, and pulled the girl right behind him. Gosh darn it! Dad, stop! I'm a grown girl! I can do what I want, Father! Why is her dad here? I thought she was happy to be here, so she didn't have to see him for real. For real. The girl quivered in his presence. To the untrained eye, it may seem like the ducks were just being noisy ducks. But both Penelope and Odysseus, they could tell that the birds had become agitated. They never really liked father. What were you planning to do with my daughter? Hold on. Aren't you the king of Ithaca, Odysseus? Looks like my reputation precedes me. Penelope, we're going. Huh? But... And you. He pointed at Odysseus. Don't come near my daughter again. Oh gosh. Prince Icarus immediately pulled his daughter with him without letting her make a single peep. Oh yikes. I'm hated, huh? Below, a duck was pecking on his foot. What's up, little guy? Follow you? The duck waddled. Alright, let's see what's up. Penelope, leave me alone! Get my ducks in a row! You don't understand, father! I want to bring him home with me! Penelope hung her head low throughout their trip back to her room. The father and daughter didn't talk until they reached the place. Penelope, stay away from that man, you hear? Finally, she lifted her head. Why? Odysseus is... Even though the girl had always obeyed her father, she found herself answering back. Honestly, it took all of her just to speak a word in front of him. Just listen to me, all right? You know that I want nothing more but your safety. She flinched. He continued speaking without regard for the girl's words. Anyways, it's getting late. I'll send you a dinner in a bit, then you better tuck in for the night. Me and my million saves. What do you think, guys? Protest or not? I feel like, I want to protest, right? But I feel like we might need to nod and pretend to listen and then disobey. But I'm worried that if we say nod, then that means that we're not going to actually be able to disobey, you know? You know? So that's what I'm a little worried about here. What do we think, guys? What do we think? Protest or nod? Because I'm really split. Nod so we can get off. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Okay, let's nod for now. The girl pursed her lips and nodded. He's not going to listen, is he? It's better if I comply. Now, that's a good girl. I'll get you whatever you want once we get home, so just behave yourself. The man spoke sweetly, but the girl didn't feel comfortable with his words. In fact, she felt fear. Good night, dear. And with that, he shut the door. She may not have noticed it herself, but Penelope had held her breath until the man's footsteps had completely disappeared. Dude, she's terrified of her dad. That's not good. Even in ancient Greek, that's not good. Even in ancient Greece. I wonder how Odysseus is doing. How am I going to face him after that? Penelope chuckled at the duck's response. Thanks. Yes, I guess he'll brush it off like usual, huh? I do wonder why father was especially hostile towards him. Penelope sat by her bedside and sighed. Earlier, she was just worrying about not seeing Odysseus again, because they both have to go home eventually. But she didn't expect her father to find them the way he did, and be opposed to seeing each other completely. He did always try and fend off the men from coming near me. Somehow, things had gone from not that bad to actually bad. Even though she had other sisters, her father was especially protective of her. But I'll do whatever I want? Odysseus? In the eyes of many, Penelope would be considered as Prince Icarus's favorite daughter. Just then, she heard a tapping sound coming from the window. Why are you outside? One of the ducks was knocking on her window. Penelope got up and let the bird in. Down here! Below was Odysseus, waving at her. Odysseus! She gasped in a hushed voice. The man looked around, making sure no one was nearby. Then started scaling the walls up to her room. That's so cute! I'm sorry, that's so cute! Oh my gosh. Odysseus, what are you? Shh, just keep it quiet. Oh, oops. He winked as he climbed up one of the building's pillars. Oh, that was actually easy. The man wiped imaginary sweat off his forehead. What are you doing here? You'll get in trouble if they catch you. He just shrugged. I always get in trouble. More importantly, I couldn't have just left you like that. You looked like you were about to cry. I did? Yes. Oh my gosh, they're so cute! They're so cute! Oh my gosh, I love them. Odysseus nodded, holding out his hand to cup her cheeks. Okay. Even right now, you look like you're about to cry. Now you look as red as an apple. Just pick one. Do you want to be sweet or do you want to be a tease? Well, I hope you feel better now. Thank you for coming over. It's nothing. If anything, I feel like I'm the one intruding here. And I apologize about my father. He can be oversensitive sometimes. Well, he was overbearing. But don't sweat it. Besides, it's not like I haven't heard about him. It's widely known that Prince Icarus dotes on his favorite daughter. I just didn't know that it was you out of your sisters, he said playfully, booping her nose with his finger. They're so cute! Penelope pushed his hand away. Favorite, right. Well, I've got to go before I end up getting busted and kicked out of here. Odysseus gave the girl a single pat on the head. If I don't see you at the garden tomorrow, you better get this window ready. Aww. At that comment, the girl perked up. Alright. There we go. The sunshine smile I wanted to see. Take care of her, guys. He added, addressing the words to the ducks. This is so cute! Ducks be the captain of the ship. Real. And with that, he climbed down from her window. Penelope watched from her room as he waved one last time before scurrying off. Tomorrow I have to figure out how to slip out. Only 3 ducks accompanied her today. 1 cradled in her arm, 2 trailing from behind. We're almost to the garden. The duck was about to quack when Penelope gestured for the bird to keep up. Our ducks were usually the noisy lot, so Penelope was never particularly difficult to find. Where there were quacks, the duck girl would be there. Oh hey, we meet again! A familiar male voice called out from behind. Penelope turned around to see the tall man and his friend. Hello there. Penelope just smiled. If she wasn't mistaken, they were Odysseus's friends. Wait, does this make them her friends too? What was that saying? A friend of a friend is a friend of mine too? Just let her dream. We haven't introduced ourselves, have we? Name's Ajax. This one's... He pointed to the black-haired man. Okay, hold on. Antiochus. Okay, Antiochus. Okay, got it. BRB, no! Okay. See you later, Arya. R.I.P. Good luck. Okay. Antiochus. I'm Penelope. His expression twisted into a grin. Hey, by any chance, do you know an Odysseus? Oh yes, I'm actually on my way to meet him. Antilochus' expression remained the same poker face, though his brows had noticeably furrowed. Then you must be the rumored duck girl who's received his attention. His attention? I thought it was a joke, but she really is followed by ducks. He mulled as he eyed her 3 ducky companions. So it's true. Man, I can't believe that guy. He really went up and switched his targets, huh? I mean, he never did seem interested when he came here. I can never understand what's going on in that guy's head. Penelope simply watched the two talk about Odysseus behind his back. This might be a good chance to ask others about Odysseus. ask about him. Excuse me. Immediately they stopped talking and turned to the girl. Would you mind telling me more about Odysseus? More about him? I mean, like, what he likes as a king. What is he like as a king? The two of them looked at each other and then back at her. Huh. Guess that explains why Penelope here even bothers with him. Doesn't know, huh? Poor girl. She probably fell into his trap. He's a bigger scum than I thought. Why are they suddenly being ominous? The two looked at her with pity. Could you two elaborate? Oh, right. Do you know the title King of Ithaca sends shivers down people's spines? It does? Odysseus doesn't seem like the type to send shivers. It's not because Ithaca is a big, strong region. In fact, Ithaca is just a small island over the sea from here. So they don't even have many trade routes. It's fair, the island is small. There isn't much worth conducting business over there. Sounds like they have it hard there. Oh yes, they do. Ithaca isn't notorious for its strength or riches. Ithaca became notorious for its trickster king. Penelope blinked. Trickster king? Ajax nodded. Back then, many were against Odysseus taking over the throne since he was young, but one day the opposition disappeared. It didn't help that Ithaca was a far-off island, so news about the happenings here took a while to travel to the other islands. By the time news spread, the stories had already been twisted, so no one could tell what really went on. Those who displeased Odysseus were said to just disappear. Nobody knows what he pulled, but he also managed to convince the big merchants to conduct business with Ithaca. We've tried asking him, but he often would dodge the question. That guy is careful even when he's drunk. I swear, everything he does is calculated. The Odysseus I know doesn't sound like that at all. He's honest, kind, and fun. He can be mean sometimes, but he means well. Who, him? Honest? He sounded like he was holding back his laughter. He's one of the biggest liars we know. Hi, Broia! Welcome back! Hi! How you doing? Antilochus blinked bluntly. He's also cranky and sarcastic. The only one I can probably agree with is that he's fun. He makes the most entertaining stories. He added in agreement. Looks like you're all having fun without me. Ah! Don't scare me like that, man. Didn't you say some weeks back that my eyes were scary? So fear me. Holy, do you have ears everywhere? He muttered. I just happened to hear it. Yes, and I was there. He really did just happen to hear it. His two other friends just stared at each other uncomfortably. I watched the new trailer for Windcraft. I'm speechless. Oh yeah? Good or bad speechless? The emoji makes me feel bad speechless. It's not like they knew that he really did just coincidentally hear it. But they seemed convinced that he might have had other means. Anyway, it's nice meeting you, Penelope. He held out his hand. And in turn, Penelope returned his handshake. It was nice knowing you too. Antilochus was next. Penelope also shook his hand as soon as she finished with Ajax. Let's drink tonight, Odysseus. He waved before leaving with Antilochus. Odysseus sighed. They didn't trouble you, did they? Not at all. Like I said before, they were nice. I'm glad you're making more friends. Well, I figured that since they're your friends, they're mine too. How could you be so cute? They're so adorable. I love them. Good, very good. I just was not expecting this upcoming expansion to be this great. Oh yeah? That's awesome then. Are the expansions free or do you gotta pay money for them? Well, wait, what? What's mine is yours, is it? I guess I don't mind if it's you. They're so cute! I love them so much. You can take anything of mine. Why is he suddenly so relentless? Relentless. Let's just go. Okay, come here. He held out his hand to her. And we will be taking his hand. Penelope pursed her lips and took up Odysseus's offer. His hands were large and warm. She could tell that he practiced weapons. Her father's hands had the same roughness to them. They're completely free? Oh, nice! All the content is free, that's why I pay for it. Oh, that's nice! I'd like to see how he wields them. Does he use swords, or perhaps he practices archery? She thought to herself. Alright, let's go, he explained, with a bright, cheerful voice. She couldn't help but smile. The girl stared at their linked hands. Actually, I'd like to see him when he's working, or how he's like when he's with his other friends. I'd like to see other sides of him. Let's go! Might have fallen for him. I'm in love with him, aren't I? Let's go. After the trailer, I hopped on a server and I was in queue for over 30 minutes. Holy cow, that was you're busy then. That's really awesome though. I'm happy for you, bro-yo. I've been meaning to ask, where are your other duckies? Usually you have about 10 of them trailing you, he said, watching the three waddle onto their own corner, as though giving the two some space. I left them back in my room. Are you feeling well? You're looking really red today. Yes, I'm fine. Uh-huh. He took her hand and pulled her closer. They're so cute. The young man then placed a hand over her forehead. Too close. You're looking redder by the minute. Maybe we should call it a day for now, and have you rest. Maybe he's right. My thoughts are all jumbled right now. But I do want to spend more time with him. Oh. Suddenly, Odysseus carried the girl in his arms. The three ducks, who were off on their own, must have heard the girl squeal, so they waddled back to the two. Don't worry, guys. I'm just taking her back to your place. Glad you agree. Actually, they told you to put me down. But I visited the gate and stood there in shock for like 10 minutes. That's not even the new area yet. I have to wait until March for that. Oh, yeah? That'll be really cool, though. That's so exciting. I love getting updates to things. Right. It's fine. He's just worried. She addressed the ducks. Well then, let's get you back. I hope no one sees us like this. There we go. Careful now. As soon as he set foot in the room, the ducks surrounded her like children greeting their mother. Yes, I'm back. I hope you all behaved yourselves. She bent down and stroked each one of the ducks that approached her. Penelope then turned her attention back to Odysseus. Thank you for helping me up. Better than you getting into an accident climbing up here. I'll just drop by again tomorrow and pick you up. Oh, actually, maybe not tomorrow. I, would like to take a day off. Yes, that's it. Alright, I guess you don't exactly look well right now. She nodded a little too enthusiastically. He proceeded to ruffle her head. Get that well-deserved rest. Next time, I'd like to hear about you. Me? I want to know more about you too, you know? Oh, well, there's nothing interesting about me. Really? A girl who can understand duck language is not interesting? There's not much I can tell you about that. Fine, I promise I'll think of something. Right, looking forward to that. I guess, see you the day after tomorrow? Bye. As in screenshot? Heck yeah, I'll look at it later. Each bird said their goodbyes too. Odysseus gave each of the ducks a head pat before climbing back down. Penelope maintained a smile until he was really gone. Now time to try and understand the lore of the game. Oh, yeah. Alright, so here's what you missed so far. So you got Penelope. She is like, she is the daughter of one of the princes of Sparta. So Prince Ithaca, or not Ithaca, Prince Icarus of Sparta is her father. So that makes her like, she's the daughter of a prince. Her cousin is Helen of Troy, and is set to is looking for a suitor. So a bunch of men have came to try and win her cousin Helen's hand in marriage because she was titled the most beautiful woman on earth. And so that has started like a bunch of people coming over to try and pursue her. Meanwhile, Penelope was also brought over because of the stress for her cousin. So her and her sisters were sent over to try and like help comfort her cousin during this time. Meanwhile, she's just kind of awkward and likes to stick with her ducks. And so Odysseus actually sees her surrounded by ducks, and that intrigues him. So he ends up talking to her, and he gets an interest in her like right away. So then they start talking, they become friends, and yeah, that's pretty much all we really got right now. I mean, we learned a little bit extra, but that's it. I think we got some more lore. Yeah, we got a couple more lore we can go through. We also know she learned that Odysseus is the king of Ithaca, which she learned, which she thought was cool. But when she tried to talk to his friends about it, which is this one, Ajax and Antilochus, they are his friends. And they were basically like, yo, because she was like, oh, no, he's great. Can you tell me more about him? And they're like, girl, no wonder you like him. They're like, he's known as the trickster king. Dude's a liar. And he's a little scary. Like, people are terrified of the king of Ithaca. Like, no wonder, if you don't know anything about him, no wonder you're willing to associate with him. Which is kind of ominous. But yeah, we got Ajax and, Ajax the Great and Antilochus, son of King Nestor. Both men were suitors of Helen, and both also participated in the Trojan War. Ajax was known for his large build and strength, while Antilochus was known for his beauty, swiftness, and skill with the chariot. In this VN, they are drinking buddies of Odysseus. Do they actually get along? Penelope thinks so. Odysseus is in denial. We got handshake. One of the oldest records of handshakes dated back to ancient Greece. It was a gesture of peace, showing that you had no weapon in hand. It was also a gesture of trust as accounted in the Odyssey and the Iliad. Penelope, make sure you wash your hands after shaking other people's hands, okay? Odysseus. We got Icarus. Not to be mistaken with Icarus, yes. Icarus, yeah, there we go. Prince Icarius ruled Sparta, so this is her dad, ruled Sparta alongside his brother, Tyndareus. He's also known as a champion foot racer who had supposedly never lost a match. Doted on his daughter Penelope, ducks don't have a favorable impression of this man. Yeah, her dad's scary. Her dad's like a scary dude. She's scared of her dad. Alright. Penelope maintained a smile, and he's really gone. Alright. While we got last bit of our ad break, I will drink some. Okay. We'll wait for ads to be over. Thank you for catching me up. Yeah, you haven't missed too much. This game's been very fluffy, very cutesy so far. So, not too many like big story moments have happened. It's just like they've met a few more times. They've kind of like chatted. They're friendly. They're on friendly terms. We recently decided that she likes him. So very cute, very cute. They're very adorable though. They're very adorable. I like them so much. So Penelope made him smile until he was gone. And then she just collapsed on her bed. Children, what do I do? I think I'm in love with Odysseus. They're so cute. And one of the ducks replies, she quickly sat up from the bed. Well, what? You knew? The bird replied as matter-of-factly. It's obvious? But that can't be. I only fell in love today. Girl, you've been having a crush on him. She's so cute. Okay. The other ones replied unamused. What do you mean I fell in love at first sight? Hearts in my eyes? That's why you all urged me to talk to him? Have you been playing matchmaker all along? They played as her literal wingman. I can't believe the ducks figured it out before I did. She plopped backward and buried her face in the bed, and then screamed into her heart's content. After a short moment of wallowing in self-induced despair, the girl started up an important meeting with her ducks. So, I'm in love. What now? There's no way Odysseus would like me back. Tell me what? Ouch! Suddenly one of the ducks slapped her with its wing. Yes, you're right. Once Helen chooses a suitor, it might be unlikely for us to see each other again. And I could regret this forever. But what do I do? Excuse me? Find his weakness? Knowing your enemy is the first rule of love and war? No pain, no gain? I don't know. It just doesn't sound right to invade his privacy like that. So, what do I do? Lay it on him. I'll tell him how I feel. You'll be right behind me? Thank you, everyone. Yeah, confess. 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 Ah! Okay. I love you. Odysseus immediately looked up. Huh? That morning, Penelope had sent one of her ducks to Odysseus with a letter telling him to meet her at the garden. Now here we are. Yes, just like that. I said I love you. I think I've fallen in love with you. Because I know I'd regret it if I... Aww! This is so freaking cute! Suddenly he threw his arms around her. How are you always able to... How are you able to always make me this happy? I thought I had no chance. What? I couldn't make a read of you. You seemed happy to have friends, so I thought it'd be fine to stay that way. I didn't want to ruin it for you. Odysseus. They're so cute! Stop! I'm gonna cry. They're so cute! They're so cute! Oh my gosh! They're so cute! Oh my heart! Okay. It's funny, I felt the same. I thought I had no chance with you and that you only saw me as a friend. Odysseus then finally let her go. Well, birds of a feather. I suppose. So, what now? I talked to your father to arrange our engagement, I guess. They're so cute! Oh my gosh. Oh dear, right. There's no way he'd approve of this. Especially when I've been disobeying him. He did ask her to stop meeting with Odysseus, which was exactly what she's doing with now. Don't worry, I'll take care of it. Penelope looked up. You would? I've got this. You've got nothing to worry about. So, don't cry. You cry easy, huh? It's not my fault. My mother was a water nymph, so I can't help it. For real? Oh yeah, sure enough. A type of female spirit or simply nymph. Naiads were considered minor goddesses and were associated with rivers, streams, lakes, marshes, fountains, and springs. Penelope's mother was a naiad, so that's the reason she can talk to ducks. Then again, she's not the only daughter of a nymph, so you don't hear them talking, and you don't hear them talking to ducks. Maybe she simply has duck affinity. Oh, is that how it works? I think. Is that why you can talk to ducks too? You and the chiming of the ducks in the background. They said Penelope is Penelope, so she can talk to ducks. I'm hardly the only child of a water nymph, so... Then I guess we'll leave it at that. Either way, I'm glad to learn something new about you. Oh right, I did promise to talk about myself. There's just something we have to agree on, though. I'd like to bring you home, to Ithaca. Huh? You don't want to stay here? And this time, it was more common for the man to move with the woman rather than the other way around. In turn, the man will inherit the throne from his wife's father. Odysseus was practically relinquishing his right to the Spartan throne. Well, I'd like to make you Queen of Ithaca instead. I only have a sister, and my father's already retired, so I'd like to continue to be their king. I love them so much! I love them so much, they're so cute! Okay, we got some more. One. I thought we got two. Alright. Cinnamon? Odysseus' younger sister, not much known about her. She was married to Orpheus. Oh no, that's Eurylochus. There we go. Eurylochus. I do know this one. Who would later join Odysseus in the Trojan War in the Second Command. Yeah, Eurylochus, this is the one, by the way, guys, in Epic, the one that he was like, is like a brother to him. Literally was his brother-in-law. Also, this is the one that, in fact, when he was like, when Zeus was like, ha ha ha, you are your men, and his brother-in-law was sitting there, and he said, sorry, I gotta see my wife. It's not personal, just business. I need to see my wife again. Peace. Literally let his brother-in-law die. Crazy. Oh yeah, for real. I do love that song though. It's so good. It's so good. The Thunderbringer song and Epic. Ah, so good. So good. But like, man. Yeah. 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 He did in fact pick to let himself live and the rest of his men die, including his brother-in-law being included in that, and yeah. Yeah. But hey, man wanted to get home to his wife and son, so you know, kind of valid, kind of fair. He was not a, what do you call that, what's the philosophical belief that the good of the many is better than the good of the few? Or whatever? He does not believe in that. He's like, I don't care about the good of the many, I care about the good of me. I care about the good of my wife and my son, okay? He said if there was a trolley problem and I had to pick my wife and child or my men, I'm saving my wife and child. I hope you understand. I know I might be asking a lot, since it would mean that you would be away from your family and friend. And then, except she doesn't like her family, she doesn't get along, she's scared of her father, doesn't get along with her sisters or cousin, and she doesn't have friends. So, this is not going to be an issue for her. She's not gonna care. Oh wait, you don't have the ladder. Multi-track drift the trolley problem for real. Oh my gosh. It's fine. Penelope pouted, but she answered almost immediately, ignoring the extra comment. I'm actually not close to my father or siblings. Besides, I'll have you. You're so cute! Oh my god. Well, if you say so. I wouldn't have, I wouldn't have thought, though. I mean, your father is quite attached to you. Well, this and that. I guess that's the story for another time, then. Either way, you have no idea how happy I am right now. Not happier than I am. Okay, fine. You win. They're so cute! You'll always be the winner in my book. They're so cute. I love them so much. Okay. And thus, Odysseus was granted Prince Icarus's approval to marry Penelope. Together, they lived happily ever after. The end. As if it were that easy. Yeah. Absolutely not. The towering man roared. You're not even giving me a chance? You alone are enough trouble, but you wish to bring her to Ithaca as well? That is out of the question. As he had promised Penelope, Odysseus had tried to negotiate with her father for her hand. But it obviously wasn't going well. That's not fair, he huffed. Didn't you at least challenge her other suitors? I'm willing to take up that bet as well. No means no. Give it up, Odysseus. I'm not giving you my daughter. But she wants this. We love each other. He spoke in all seriousness. Ah! He waved his hand dismissively. That poor child is naive. She knows nothing of the world. I'm only doing what's best for her. Then why don't you tell her that? Tell her why we're a terrible match. Tell her all the lies I've poured on her. Make her reevaluate the decision if you can. I'm willing to wait, no matter how long. And if she doesn't change her mind after all that, no means no. Just give her up. This is the end of our negotiation. Gotta love the days where the women had no say in who they married and it was totally up to the discretion of their parents. Primarily their father. Oh, good times, good times. Alright. Without letting Odysseus have another word in, the man turned around and left. I didn't expect much, but man. What a shitty old man. How is someone like that Penelope's father? He's just pushing what he wants. I mean, sure, Ithaca is a backwater province. We have goats and sheep walking around our palace. But Penelope wouldn't mind, right? Right? You agree, don't you? The bird flapped its wings. I have no idea what you're saying. He laughed at himself. Now then, I don't want to disappoint her. I'm sure that shitty old man's not gonna say a word to her. Or he'll tell her that I'm dumping her, some shit like that. Oh my gosh. The duck patted him on the leg. I'm guessing you're consoling me. Thanks, buddy. Now then, I have a job for you. He bent down to the duck's level. It had been 2 days since Penelope had seen Odysseus. The girl hadn't left her room since then. If anything, she was just hoping for any form of news. Which is why she had left one of her ducks with him. I'm nervous. I wonder if he managed to convince father. You're right. I should trust in him, she said to herself. But knowing father, he'll likely do that, won't he? It's not like the first time I've had a suitor. Not that I've ever actually met any of them. But I've heard that a number of men had come for my hand in marriage before, and the father refused them all. A weird duck girl she may be, Penelope was still a daughter of a king, so it was no wonder that there were still those who would flock to her. By challenging them to a foot race. You believe that Odysseus can win? Yes, I hope he can pull through. Just then, a duck came through her window. Really? He did it? That's what he told you to say? What does that mean? The duck shrugged. He said just to trust in him? Obviously we're gonna trust our boy. Our boy Odysseus. I believe him. I believe him. Then I will. Why did you call me out here? King of Ithaca, if you're planning to use my niece, you better think twice. I'll tell you now, it would not bode well. You'll only generate the ire of my brother. Oh, Tindarius, what kind of greeting is that? Cat got your dog? You've suddenly gone quiet there. I really do despise talking with you. As do I. Though, your concern is wholly unnecessary, because your brother does seem to hate me already. But, I must admit, I dislike him even more. There's one thing you got absolutely wrong, though. I'm not using Penelope. Whether you believe me or not is up to you. Tindarius lifted his brow, as if expressing doubt in Odysseus' words. I know what you're thinking. That I'm trying to get close to Penelope to get to Helen, yes? Or perhaps that Penelope is the perfect consolation prize, next to the unattainable Helen. Is that not what you're truly after? You, not bringing any gift, not showing any interest, not making a move? They're all uncharacteristic for the cunning trickster of Ithaca. Believe what you will, but I'm not interested in Helen. She simply isn't my type. And I assure you, I have no interest in the Spartan throne either. You have guts talking about my daughter like that. The more reason for you to believe this supposed liar, yes? If I just wanted to get on your good side, I'd be flattering you to no end. Well, I wouldn't want you near Helen anyways. The feeling's mutual. Your past few words would have been enough to launch 100 ships. But you wouldn't, right? See? Of course I'm right. I'm always right. I must admit, your hubris is unbelievable. And if there's one thing about Odysseus, he does have hubris. A common thing in these epics is the men in them have hubris. This is Odysseus. Let me blind this Cyclops, and instead of killing him, I'm gonna tell him my full government name and address. He said, and tell him Odysseus of Ithaca blinded you, and then left. Like, he does have hubris. They're speaking to each other, king to king, but Ithaca isn't respected, correct? Yeah, but the king of Ithaca at this point is kind of feared, I guess, because he's seen as a scary guy. Even though Ithaca itself is not seen as super powerful, Odysseus, I guess, is seen as kind of like a scary thing, right? Although I believe during Odysseus's reign, he is able to bring Ithaca into a better standing, because that's why during the Odyssey, while he's at war during the Iliad and Odyssey, men do start vying for Penelope's hand in marriage to try and take over Ithaca. So it's not like it's no standing, but yeah, it's not as good standing as like Sparta and Troy and stuff like that. Why, thank you. That wasn't a compliment. I'll take it as one anyway. The other king licked his tongue. It wasn't difficult to notice that he was annoyed. Or rather, he wasn't even trying to hide that he was annoyed. He wanted Odysseus to know that he was. Enough idle chatter. I called you out here to make a deal. I'm not making any deals with a trickster like you. Even if it's beneficial for the both of us? The fact that you bothered coming here means that you are interested. Look, I can provide you the solution for your daughter's suitors, and strengthen your position as king while we're at it. I assure you this is worth your while. So, fancy to listen to me first before you make any rash decisions? Tindarius took a sharp breath. For a moment he stood in silence, as if considering the other's offer. It had been a while since the first suitors arrived, and the tension had been at its peak. Sooner or later, he wouldn't be able to stall them for longer. At worst, blood might stain his halls. The trickster's offer might just be his final hope. Very well. Listen. I will only listen. Good enough for me. I know of your plight. You are afraid to choose a suitor for Helen, yes? Because picking one could easily offend the others. The man let out a grunt. It was an unconscious confirmation. Odysseus simply continued, ignoring the reaction. I could offer you a solution. In exchange, I only ask that you take my side and give me the aid to help me win over Penelope. The older man blinked. Hold on. You're actually serious about my niece? That dull girl who smells of ducks? Who are you calling dull? Tyndareus flinched. Even if you are her uncle, I wouldn't be so keen on letting that go by. Oh, I apologize. A drop of sweat trickled down his forehead. But why then? Why are you so pressed on pursuing her? Is it not obvious? I've fallen in love with her. You're serious. What? Am I not allowed to fall in love? Well, no, I mean... Why her? That's none of your business, old man. Oh. For a moment there, Odysseus noticeably faltered. However, your brother doesn't seem like he'd let his favorite daughter go. He shrugged. I wish to take her with me to Ithaca. If I do, that means one less contender for the throne, yes? After all, whoever marries the Spartan princess will have the right to the throne. As of now, Tyndareus and Icarius share the throne as brothers. But Odysseus was essentially forfeiting his claim by choosing to take Penelope away to Ithaca. This meant that he's reducing Icarius's potential for heirs, consolidating more power to Tyndareus. So, I take your niece, while you get to solve your daughter's suitor woes, and as a bonus, your family's position on the throne is strengthened. All intentions are clear. Everyone wins, no? Except for your dear brother, but I don't like him anyway. Tyndareus bit his lip. Indeed, the man offered nothing but benefits. Unless he had an ulterior motive taking Penelope's hand. There wasn't any downside to this. The worst that could come from this was earning Icarius's ire for taking the side of this insolent man. But that was a small price to pay compared to everything Odysseus was offering. Then, let us hear it. How do you intend to pick a suitor for my daughter without causing infighting? I'll take that as a deal then. I'd like to hear a yes. Tyndareus fell silent, as if weighing his options. After a short moment of silence, he finally spoke. Yes, very well. You have yourself a deal, an oath. I will help you get married to my niece, Penelope, if you can ensure my daughter's safe betrothal. Good choice. The solution is simple. Another oath. Announce that Helen will be the one to make the decision. Before she does, make them carry out an oath. That they must respect her decision, and that all the other suitors must protect the one she chooses. If one is to bring harm to her, or her chosen partner, then they will face the wrath of all who made the oath. I doubt that anyone's stupid enough to risk it. And even if anyone is actually that foolish, then you'll have everyone who made the oath as your ally. I'll run you through the finer details, but this should solve everything, no? Tyndareus nodded along. In short, they'll have to pledge an oath if they wish to be one of the candidates for Helen. Then, when one is chosen among the candidates, everyone who made the pledge will become allies with the princess and her spouse. It was a method that forces her suitors to become allies with each other. On the surface, the oath has good intent. There's no reason not to take it. Yet, breaking their pledge would not only paint them in a bad light, but also earn them the ire of all. Yes, yes! The older king mulled. Goodness! What a simple plan! Why hadn't I thought of that? He spoke to himself in awe. Well then, let me gather some materials to take down your instructions. I'll be right back. The man suddenly sounded much more energetic than he was just a moment ago, as if a huge burden had been lifted off his shoulders. Of course, I'll be waiting here. And he watched the man walk off. That's some lore. I love that they're showing how cunning Odysseus is, because he really does be, like, he's super, like, he's a really, like, cunning and smart person. I mean, like, he is, like, again, he is a, disciple of Athena, and for good reason, right? Like, he is very witty, he's very cunning and smart, but in additional to that, he's also very athletic, he's very good at war. He's great at strategy and great at war. So, like, I like that they're showing that aspect of him. That makes me very happy. Oath of Tyndareus, the famous oath that bound Helen's former suitors into participating in the Trojan War. Yes, Trojan War drama! When Helen was taken by Prince of Paris of Troy, her former suitors were rallied up to take her back. Due to their promise, they were obligated to provide military assistance to Meneclus, Helen's husband. Odysseus was actually the mastermind behind this idea, and yes, he tried to get out of it, but that's a story for another time. I think Meneclus, why couldn't you protect your wife, damn it, a certain mastermind. Happy off to watch MasterChef with girlfriend? Okay, bye Crambit! Have fun! He's so easy. Whatever happened to not wanting to make a deal with the trickster? Quinchilies has delivered my message. Everything's going according to plan. For the next few days, Penelope didn't see Odysseus. They did keep exchanging messages through her ducks. Apparently King Tyndareus had made a move, so the whole palace became abuzz with activity. It was something about conducting a ritual for an oath, which involved all of her suitors. Unfortunately, this also involved Odysseus's mandatory attendance. Even though he had thrown the towel with Helen, he was still masquerading as her suitor so that he could continue leashing off, staying in their place as a guest. Not long after that, Helen had finally chosen a husband, which this is why he has to go to battle the war at the Trojan War, and this is why he has to go on the Odyssey, and why he has to spend 20 years away from his wife and child. Love to see it. Not long after that, Helen had finally chosen a husband. And just as Odysseus had guessed, it was some guy named Meneclus. With Helen now finally engaged, it should have been time for everyone to return home, right? But that was not the case. King Tyndareus invited everyone to stay a little while longer for an event and a certain collaborator had planned. So yeah, that's pretty much the case. Let me get this straight. You've cut a deal with Uncle to help with Helen's engagement so that he'd vouch to father for you? Pretty much. And you've solved the problem he's had for months in just a few days? Uh-huh. I'm sorry, this is... I can do anything if I put my mind to it. Come on, praise me. They're so cute. See? Diomedes gets it. The little one said you have a terrible ego. But I probably should keep quiet on that. Still, your father sure is stubborn. I got Tyndareus to talk to him about handing you over, but he wouldn't settle for it without beating me in beating him in a foot race. I'm sorry about that. Don't be. I'm more frustrated over not being able to take you home sooner. I just can't wait to have you see Ithaca already. Then we can stroll along the seaside, tour around the market. I'll treat you to some of our special delicacies. Don't you have work to do? Why do you have to remind me of that? Well, I'll be your wife, so isn't it my responsibility to keep you in line? They're so cute! Wife. Right, wife. Still, feels like a dream. Then, if this really were a dream, it's a dream I wouldn't want to wake up from. The two spoke in unison. They stared at each other, then laughed. Even Aphrodite would have winced at that, huh? You started it. No, you. It was you. They're so cute! Ah! I'm gonna get a toothache. The duck waddled off somewhere. It wasn't difficult to translate that one. I'll give you two some space. Anyway, the race should be in 3 days. Your uncle and I have talked it over, and he'll be sponsoring the event. So your father can't make excuses to get away from it. Lest he would make a fool of his brother. I guess Uncle is one of the only people that Father couldn't easily oppose. Darius said that he'll save you and the ducks the best seat in the stadium, so I better hear you cheer from me on. I can watch? Why do you sound so surprised? Father never lets me watch his races. Oh, it's your first time then. It'll be a feast for your eyes. You'll enjoy it. I'm looking forward to the event then. Odysseus and Penelope continue to meet for the next 3 days.
Self-voicing enabled.
Nope.
Self-voicing disabled.
Oops. Okay. Odysseus and Penelope continue to meet for the next 3 days. Though their meetings have been brief, since the young man was training for the race. Icarius, Penelope's father, made himself scarce. From the rumors she had heard, it seemed that he was upset over his brother taking Odysseus' side. 3 days passed in a blink of an eye. So, this is the venue of the race. The guard said Odysseus should be that way. Come on, let's go say hi. She smiled and trailed by no less than 10 ducks from behind. Odysseus, I'm... Yeah, because this is gonna be... I do know this one. In ancient Greece, they would do athletic events in the nude. I'm fairly certain that's what's coming up, but we'll see. I do know that that was a thing. Like, the Olympics were all originally done in the nude. That was how they did it. And oiled up, too. So not just in the nude, but they'd get those boys oiled up. Oiled up in some olive oil, and then, yup. They'd be naked. Well, why are you... Oh my god. Oh my god. Wait, how bad is it? Wait. Wait. Hold on, wait. I might have to... We're gonna pop this up. If it's not that bad, I'll show you guys. Oh my gosh. Okay, wait. Okay, it's not that bad. Dude do be naked though. He's in a loincloth. Hey, I'm just trying to... And this is historically accurate beanie. He's about to participate in a race, and back in the olden times in ancient Greece, men would participate in sporting events naked and oiled up. So don't worry, it's nothing suspicious. He's just going to be racing her father for her hand in marriage. So he does have to be in the nude for that. But, no worries. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry, you're changing right now. Hmm? Oh, you're here. Okay then. Oh, crazy. Wait, you didn't know? Didn't know what? What races are done naked? Yep, I told you guys. I told you. Even your old man will be out there with his chest and bare and proud. I guess I need to get used to it. Yeah, you better. You're coming home with me, remember? They're so cute! They're so cute! I love them so much! Mm-hmm. You have a point. That said, she didn't really think Odysseus would be so well done underneath this clothes. Dude is jacked. Oh my gosh. Man is not embarrassed in the slightest, and honestly, I give him props. For real. Dude knows. Dude, he invited her. He was like, no, you should definitely be there. It'll be a great sight for your eyes. Oh my gosh. That's crazy. It made sense though, since kings were typically trained for battle, thus they go through rigorous routines. When I said that you better get used to it, I didn't mean to admire me. I can't? They're so cute! I love them so much! Dude, He knows what he's doing, showing It's so good. It's so cute. Oh my god. For real though. Of course you can. Her sight caught a noticeable mark on his leg. Looking closer, it seemed to be an old wound. What are you looking at? Oh, Odysseus traced her line of sight. Oh, that. It's a wound I got from a boar hunt. Pretty nasty, ain't it? Penelope could only shake her head. It looked like it would have been painful. I was 15 back then, just a little before I inherited the throne. Oh, so you're good at hunting? Psh, of course I'm good at hunting. What about bows? Swords? I'd say I'm pretty handy with the bow. I'd even have one that only I could string. Between you and me, it has a little secret to it, so brute force won't cut it. You're quite talkative today, though, aren't you? Well, I guess I'm just nervous. What if you lose? I won't. How can you be so sure? Because I make things happen. I told you, didn't I? Thank you for the deep breath, Beanie. This game gets me a little, intense. I can do anything if I put my mind to it. I love him so much! I love him so much! Okay. We got some more ones. We got, foot race. Running was an important activity in ancient Greece. It had been documented in Olympic Games of old. Legend says Greek athletes competed in loincloths before nudity became a trend. Married women weren't allowed to watch Olympic Games. For obvious reasons, Odysseus' foot race has to go with the loincloth route. Xenia. Ancient Greeks were always welcome guests in their homes. Guests were fed and bathed and treated with respect. This concept of hospitality, called xenia, was said that not abiding by the xenia would bring wrath of Zeus, patron of guests. Later in the Odyssey, Xenia becomes the source of woe for Penelope and Odysseus. Worst guest ever, am I right? Yeah, and that's because the guests in their home are eventually the guys that end up, like, trying to aggressively pursue Penelope while her husband's away. And she can't turn them down or tell them to leave because that would bring the ire of Zeus. Odysseus' bow. In the Odyssey, Odysseus returned to a household swarm with unwanted suitors for his wife. Penelope then put up a challenge. Whoever can string Odysseus' bow and shoot an arrow through the holes of 12 axes can have her hand in marriage. At the time, Odysseus was in the guise of a beggar and took up the test. Unbeknownst to the challengers, the bow that Penelope picked for the challenge was uncommon in that region. Platonus. Nobody was familiar with the method of stringing it. And then they paid with their lives. A certain nobody. Yeah, because he kills all the dudes that were trying to get with his wife. Understandable reaction, if you ask me. Based reaction, if you ask me. They're so cute. Okay. I wish I could be more like you. When you say something, you really make it sound like believable. It's no wonder I fell in love with you. They're so cute! I love them! It scares me how straightforward you can get sometimes. But let me tell you, you don't have to be like me. I like you for being you. So, just keep being yourself. Even if you strive to grow, you're free to find your own path. You don't have to copy me. You can be strong in your own way. You are strong in your own way. Cue that song from Steven Universe. I can show you how to be strong. In the real way. They're so adorable, though. Thanks. Well, and here I thought I couldn't love you even more. They're so cute! I love them. You're relentless today. I do hope you'll keep finding more reasons to keep loving me more and more. We'll see. Whatever happened to that adorable, dense little lady I once knew? Penelope turned around, ready to leave. She fell in love. Aww. Oh, my heart! My heart! Penelope sat by the special area that her uncle had provided. It was right down the stadium, practically front row seats to the race. Even her ducks were given a special seating. Odysseus mentioned before that he got her uncle to procure the best duck bedding they could find in Greece. While happy that Odysseus cared for them so much, Penelope honestly thought it was a bit overboard. Still, seeing how the ducks were enjoying their makeshift seats, it was probably worth it. That said, there was a lot more people than she had expected. Her uncle likely invited even the common folk to attend. Penelope wasn't accustomed to being around huge crowds, since she was actually quite anxious. The ducks, I know! The only saving grace being that she had a special seating away from them. They even had a makeshift sun shield and servants fanning them. Isn't this a little too much, Uncle? Her seat was right next to King Tiberius. Nonsense. My niece only deserves the best. He nodded proudly to himself. I don't get many opportunities to speak with Uncle, but it's good to know that he's actually nice. Still, your father is a little too much, don't you think? I've heard you've been spending time with that young lad, Odysseus, yes? Oh, yes. Haha, I'm glad my home served as the place for your love story. Uncle sure is in a good mood, but this is kind of embarrassing. Anyways, I wish Icarius would just stop being so stubborn. His dear daughter is obviously smitten. He should just let her be. It's rare for youth today to marry for love, you know? Sure is passionate about this. Just then, a man finally walked to the center of the stadium. And now, we're about to begin the competition for Lady Penelope's hand in marriage. The host broadcasted with a booming voice and then pointed at her. People from the audience brought their eyes towards her direction. Penelope just couldn't help but sink into her seat. She didn't like being the center of attention. It made her somewhat nauseous. Today we have 10 contenders vying for Prince Icarius' daughter. Who will come out victorious? 10? Oh, did Odysseus not mention? When I announced the event, a few others volunteered to take part. Oh my gosh. You're one popular lass. Uncle, you're just saying how you supported me and Odysseus. Why did you bring other people? Suddenly she felt even more nervous. How did it come to this? As per usual, the losers of this match shan't be allowed to step foot in Sparta forever. Huh? Oh, yes. He clicked his tongue. That's your father's handiwork there. Why didn't Odysseus tell me this? Knowing him, it's likely because he believes that he'll win anyways, without a doubt. And now, without further ado, here are our runners for today. And of course, they were all almost naked. Her father wasn't among them, though. He will probably have a special entrance later. She felt her blood rushing to her head. For a girl who had been sheltered all her life, seeing this many men almost buck naked was overstimulating. Especially with them up this close. Stay strong, Penelope! She looked around and saw a number of women above the audience seats screeching and cheering at the runners. Unlike her, they seemed to be enjoying this. Should I copy them? Penelope took in a sharp breath. But all that came out was a wheeze. Just as she was feeling down about not being able to cheer on Odysseus, his words from a while earlier came back to her. You are strong in your own way. No, I can do this. Okay, one more time. Once more, she breathed in. You can do it! The girl shouted at the top of her lungs. They're so cute! She screamed her scream surprised her uncle as well as the runners. Odysseus looked at her direction and smiled. They're so cute! I did it! I'm gonna cry, they're so cute! Oh my gosh. Not long after, the runners positioned themselves at the starting line. Of course, Icarius was there as well. For a man of his age, he was ridiculously buff. They're about to begin. 3, 2, 1, and they're off. Penelope was at the edge of her seat. Immediately, her eyes searched for Odysseus. He was doing pretty average, smack dab in the middle of the running. At this rate, Odysseus would lose. What happened to all of his confidence? No, this is just the beginning. I believe he can turn this around. She pouted as she watched them complete another lap. The noise at the stadium didn't die down one bit. In fact, for every lap the people would cheer louder and stronger. Interestingly enough, some of the runners who were ahead now lagged behind, but Odysseus maintained a steady pace. Still, that was nothing to praise about. Her father was still far ahead, and he was also keeping. I never imagined father being this formidable. Penelope held her breath for Odysseus to turn the tides. Just then, one of the runners caught up to the Ithacian king and tried to swipe Odysseus with his arm. What? Uncle, did you see that? That runner tried to hit Odysseus. Well, you can't really avoid accidents on these events. Accidents? I'm pretty sure it was intentional. Haha, what can I do? We don't have any rule against that. You know what? We should probably enforce more rules next time. Oh my gosh. Why is Uncle keeping calm? Odysseus could get hurt. Damn, no rules? Yep, truly is ancient Greece. Just as she was thinking that, another runner comes up from behind. Odysseus, watch out! Just as she screamed, the young man managed to dodge by speeding up and making a forward dash. The one behind him slid across the floor when he missed his tackle. Penelope sighed in relief and wiped her forehead. Still, this is strange. Why are they going after him when he's not even in the lead? Penelope's eyes hovered to her father. Could it be Uncle Tyndareus? I don't want to speak ill of father, but is there a possibility that he's the one who asked the other contestants to target Odysseus? Her uncle raised a brow. Nonsense, child. Icarius doesn't need to do something like that. He's a champion runner, and he has pride in his skills. Besides, none of his other competitions had this kind of thing happen. Then it isn't father. Maybe people with a grudge against Odysseus? She groaned, both worried and frustrated about the situation. No, hold on. Father does have a reason not to let Odysseus out of anyone else win. I'm betting every other contestant is only after the throne. But Odysseus is the only one who wants to take me back to his homeland. She pursed her lips. If that really was the case, then Odysseus will continue to be targeted. Excuse me, Uncle. Her uncle smiled and gestured that she was allowed to go. I don't understand how Uncle can remain calm despite this. With that, she scurried over to her ducks. Meanwhile, at the stadium track, they're being more annoying pests than I expected. I should have gotten a couple of people to assist me with this. I mean, I expected this, but still, ugh. He sighed. Oh well, no use complaining. They'll be the first to start. Oh my gosh, they'll be the first to start dropping like flies. I love that he's like Loki yonder. I love Western yanderes. Little ones? The ducks were happily bouncing in their VIP nest when she approached. Please help Odysseus. Some runners are trying to attack him, and I'm worried that he might get badly hurt. Yep, those are yandere eyes. Yep, and I love to see it. What's that? Permission to act on your own accord? Sure. Having given her consent, the bird flew off somewhere. Hey, where are you? At that moment, Penelope had no idea what she had just unleashed. Back at the stadium track. Yo there, future father-in-law! Odysseus had caught up to Icarius, though the older man was still a whole lap around ahead of him. If you have the time to chat, I do better than to save it for actually trying- wait. If you have the time to chat, it'd do you better to save it for actually trying to win. I don't have to try. I will win. The old king let out a snort. Big words for someone who's a lap behind. You mean only a lap behind? Has anyone ever told you that you're quite maddening? Oh, that's a new one. No one had ever expected what happened next. It was said, on that day, the sky went dark. And the air was filled with endless quacks and winged flops. What the duck? Icarius was left speechless. In that moment, he paused in awe of the duck-filled sky. Time almost seemed as though it had come to a complete halt. Everyone had probably stopped what they were doing with the exception of Odysseus, who kept running. The humans had gotten quiet, pointing and watching the wave of fowls in the sky. Achilles! Achilles! What the duck is going on? I have no idea what you're saying. However, the ducks only kept circling the stadium without really doing anything but quack. It was simply ominous. Is this a sign from the gods? Must we call over a seer for interpretation? The king muttered to himself as he watched the darkened sky. Should we suspend the competition? I think you guys overdid it. You didn't call all the ducks of Greece here, did you? What do you mean not yet? Send them back! Please! And the ducks flew up. Not long after, the darkened sky began to clear and the sea of ducks subsided. Thank goodness. Oh, they're gone. What was that about? Maybe the birds dropped by just to watch. Our uncle joked, his mood clearly brightened up by that now that the omen was gone. People whispered. Some say it must have been the gods. Others say it was a sign. This event would have been the talk of the land for years to come. But it would soon be forgotten, lost in time. I don't think the other runners will try anything against Odysseus anymore. She smiled at him and waved. You can do it! Odysseus waved back. A few continued to run, but the other contestants seemed to have been in too much shock that they bowed out of the race. Those who attacked him before, in particular, had withdrawn. If Odysseus hadn't continued doing his laps, no one else probably would have resumed doing theirs. Unfortunately, Icarius was one of those who had resumed. Thus, the race was back on. Back to Odysseus. That's a duckpocalypse if I've ever seen one. You can do it! He turned to the voice and waved. Either way, that gave me some unexpected leverage. I've gotten past Icarius somehow. He paused on his thought for a moment to mull. That was Penelope's doing, isn't it? They're so cute. Man, she's so fun. Well then, time to get through this final stretch. Wouldn't want her efforts to go to waste. The race was reaching its finale. Because of the short, quick, quacky intermission, Odysseus somehow had gotten in the lead. Penelope talked about it with her uncle. What if her father uses the ducks as his excuse to make the race results invalid? Her uncle reassured her that he wouldn't allow such a thing since Odysseus kept running. So, there technically wasn't any excuse to stop. That said, despite the leverage he had gotten, Icarius was still indeed formidable. He had managed to catch up with Odysseus and was toe-in-toe with the young man. They're currently taking a water break. Odysseus only stopped by the water station for a bit, but he still found time to wave at her once again. This is the final stretch. You can do it! She silently cheered him on. Back at the stadium track. Are you sure your bones are giving out on you yet? Your tactics won't work on me. Final lap. The two men ran side by side with one another, continuously overtaking the other. Odysseus was young. He had saved up most of his stamina, so what he lacked in speed he made up for with his endurance. However, Icarius was nothing to sneeze at. Power, speed, endurance, he was at the top of it all. He had not been distracted by the duck-filled sky. Had he not been distracted by the duck-filled sky, he would have been in the lead right now. Or, so Odysseus would refute. Hey, see that? Your daughter's cheering for me. He pointed as they passed by her. Couldn't you just let her go already? You know, this is what she wants. Why would you want to deny her of it? Ha! You don't know anything, young man. Nor does she. Penelope's a sheltered, naive child. She doesn't know what you're dragging her into. Oh? It seems to me like you're just making excuses. I told you, didn't I? I don't mind waiting. I don't mind if you tell her. Tell her what I'm dragging her into, then. I'll gladly arrange a visit for Ithaca. Just give me the date. Or you can even visit without notice. I bet she'll have fun. I refuse. Thought so. Well then, if you're not going to budge, I'll just win this myself. Oh, he would wait for her. He would! I love him so much! He literally, I love him. He's so hot right now. I'm sorry, but fighting that hard for her is like so hot. I do hope you know that she isn't an object for you to own. The older king winced and just fell silent. Before he could say any more, Odysseus kept up his speed and ran past Icarius. Icarius tried to catch up, but his speed was somewhat fallen. Perhaps the fatigue was catching up to him, or perhaps... Either way, the finish line was within sight. 1 week after the race. Odysseus, are you sure you don't want to stay here and become the new king of Sparta? The Ithacan king just shrugged. Nah, too much work. Penelope, dear, are you sure this is the man you want? Penelope hid behind Odysseus and nodded. Penelope, you don't know what it's like there in Ithaca. Oi, isn't that why I kept offering you to give Ithaca a chance first? Now I won the race fair and square. You've lost your chance. He made a soothing gesture to the older king. Icarius just grumbled under his breath. Penelope, do you really want to leave with him? I'm not even opposing you to take him as your husband anymore. Just stay here, please. The girl pulled her veil over her face and held on to Odysseus's clothing. Then she retreated behind Odysseus once again. Penelope. Okay, that's enough. I think she's made her choice. Don't worry, it's not like I'm imprisoning her in Ithaca or something. She can visit whenever, you know. With that, Icarius sighed. He gave Penelope one last glance before finally turning away. Man, Dad's really attached, huh? I mean, it's kind of his fault. If he hadn't been challenging the other suitors to get to a race, then you'd likely be betrothed to somebody who actually wants the throne. But it wouldn't have been you. Yeah. He unintentionally saved the seat for me, huh? He's so cute! They're so cute! But how about you? Are you sure? Penelope didn't think twice about nodding. I'm actually looking forward to seeing Ithaca. Oh? And I'm looking forward to showing you around. Your ducks will also love it there. We have a ton of farms, and plenty of places for them to roam. While they're at it, they can take care of all the pests. Oh, but please don't bring about the duckpocalypse in Ithaca. Well, as long as you behave. No, not you too! Getting in trouble is my natural instinct. Okay, fine, I'll try, but no promises. Hey, if something's bothering you, just tell me. Not the duckophile? I'll be your husband soon, but I was still your friend first. Penelope looked up at him and smiled. It's nothing. Maybe I'm just feeling a little sad about finally leaving. But honestly, I wouldn't say that I have any attachments here, other than my ducks. And they're coming along, so... She trailed off. Well, I can't read minds, but if you'd like to talk, know that I'm here. Mm-hmm. She took his hand in hers and placed it over her cheek. I'm happy I met you. They're so cute! Oh my gosh. You're not allowed to use an underhanded attempt like that. Well, you're free to retaliate. You won't regret it? What if I'm asking for it? Gods, why do you have to be so adorable? Look at them! They're so cute! They're so cute! They're so cute! I love them so much! They're so cute! Ah! Ah, they're so cute! I love them so much! Aww. Slowly, Odysseus leaned towards her. He gently grabbed her by the hand and pulled her towards him. Penelope followed his lead without resistance, and they shared a kiss. The gentleness of his hands, the scent of his presence, the touch of his lips. Penelope loved them all.
I love you, Penelope.
Where is that coming from?
From my heart?
May Aphrodite smite you.
Hey, I'm kidding. But seriously, I love you a lot. Loads and loads. I can't wait to bring you home.
Oh my gosh. I can't wait to be home. A chance encounter that began with a quack. Thus marks the start of their long odyssey. There may be a cruel fate in store for them, an ordeal that will last for decades. But as long as they continue to fight, as long as they continue to remain strong, as long as they continue to love one another, they'll definitely find each other once again. That's their reunion! Because that's what he looks like when he gets back from the Odyssey! Oh my god! Ah! Ah! I'm gonna cry! I'm gonna cry! Stop! Oh my god! Oh my gosh! That's so cute! Thank you for the headbands! Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh. Thank you for the care bag. They're so cute. They're so cute. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that was I think Circe, and then that's Telemachus. That's the war. So this is like showing all the stuff I think that happens within the Odyssey. I'm fairly certain. Yeah. That's cute. Oh my gosh! Ah! That's the baby! That's Telemachus! Oh my gosh! Ah! I'm not crying, guys. I'm totally not. I'm very normal. I'm very normal about this game and about this story. I'm so normal about it. I'm so normal about it. Oh my gosh, a baby Telemachus! Oh my god! Oh my gosh. You know what the saddest part of this is? And I know the ending kind of says it. But like, Telemachus was a baby. When he left for war, his son was a baby. She had just given birth. Because it was recently, after Helen gets married, the whole like, oh, we got some stuff, we got some more lore we can read. We got romantic ending 1, romantic. I'm so happy with it. That was so good. Oh my gosh. So we could try to get some of the other endings. Oh my gosh. That was so good. What the heck? But like, what's so sad is it's like, his son was a baby, right? Telemachus was a baby when he headed off to war, which means like, and this is the olden days, guys, they didn't really have like birth control and stuff. So like, when they get married, they're only married for probably a very short amount of time. You know, they have a baby, so they were probably only together for like maybe 2 years. before the whole Troy thing happens, and he's sent off to war. And then he's sent off to a war that takes I think the war goes on for a few years. I don't know how long, I don't remember how long the war was, but the war goes on for a few years over Helen. And then after that, then the Odyssey happens, and it takes him 20 years after the war. So he's gone for like 30 years. Like, they get a short period of happiness together, and then he's gone for like 30 years. 30 years he's gone trying to get back to his wife. And the thing that sucks too is, like, the war, he never even wanted to go to that war. But because of the thing he did to get her hand in marriage, because it was his idea to do that so that all the suitors would form an alliance, right? And he was technically considered one of her suitors, he forced himself into that alliance. So he was forced to go into this battle. Even though he contested it, they said, no, you were one of the suitors. You swore this oath, just like all the rest of them. So now you have to go and protect her. So he's forced into a war for a girl he didn't even like, just because he wanted to marry her. And then that's what forced him to go to war. And he was forced into a war that he didn't even want. And then he was gone for literally like 3 decades. And he missed his son growing up. Like, that's so sad. Oh my gosh. But he loved his son. Like, he loved his son and he loved his wife so much that, you know, like, he fought so hard to get back to them. I love Greek stories. They're so depressing and so good. Oh my gosh. Yeah, we got some cute little ones, though. We got 3 of the photos here. We got these ones. Oh my gosh, they're so cute. They're so cute. They're so cute. Oh my gosh. So there's another romance ending we could get, and then there's 2 friendship ones. Grabs tissues. I'm not crying. I know. Oh my gosh. But it's like, oh my gosh. Yeah, so let's see. What's some of the other ones we got that we didn't get to read? Yeah, so we got Seer. Diviners who interpret signs to communicate the will of the gods. They see things that ordinary people do not. Zeus, for example, was associated with eagles and would sometimes disguise himself as one. In the Odyssey, Zeus sent down 2 eagles to fly over people of Ithaca. The old seer Halitherses interpreted as a sign that Odysseus was close to returning home. Then which god would send ducks? And we got there it is! Telemachus! Oh my gosh! Guys, I'm so normal about this. I'm so normal about this. Telemachus was Odysseus's and Penelope's son. Because of the oath with Tyndareus, Odysseus had to leave for the Trojan War when his son was an infant. Odysseus didn't want to leave, so he feigned insanity. However, this ruse was uncovered, and then the envoy sent him to place Telemachus in danger. Odysseus saved his son, exposing himself. Telemachus accidentally fell into the water as an infant and was saved by dolphins. In this universe, he knocked it off. The envoy? Oh yeah, he's dead. He died. Odysseus totally had nothing to do with it. Oh my gosh, yeah. It's so sad. I know the duck sounds. It's so cute. I like what they do with the animals. I think it's very, very cute. I'm not gonna lie. It's very adorable. It's so cute. But yeah, his son was literally a baby, and he literally was forced to go to war and then forced to try to get home. And the sad thing is too, is like their ride home wouldn't have even been that long. But because of all the crazy stuff they did during the Odyssey, which is low-key is because he's got a big ego. This is his downfall. This is a big thing of Greek mythology, especially with these epics that Homer did, is he was showing the hubris of man, right? And how hubris can be like a downfall. Because hubris was seen as like a good thing in the extent in Greek society. Like, men were taught to be very, very prideful and have a lot of pride and have a big ego. But Homer was trying to show, like, you know, like the downfall of that, like the downside of hubris, which is hence why in the Iliad you have Achilles, and his whole story is like Achilles has all this hubris about how he's like the best soldier ever, and that leads to his best friend Patroclus dying in the war, which causes him to go into this rage-filled spiral where a whole bunch of really bad things happen in the war, right? And then same thing with Odysseus. Odysseus in the Odyssey, his big thing is he's trying to go home, but his hubris makes him believe that, like, he's smarter than enough. He's smart enough that he can trick everything and he can outwit everything when that's not true, right? And to be fair, like, so for instance, they were showing, like, she was looking at the scar on his leg. He said that he got that from a boar when he was 15. That is the magic boar he fought that gave him to become the, like, a follower of Athena. And with that, you know, that's kind of it. So because he is, like, a follower of Athena, and Athena is, like, he's, like, a disciple of her, he is blessed with, like, a lot of wits and smarts and stuff like that, right? Like, that's things he values. Hence her being, like, the goddess that he most worships. And she provides a lot of aid to him. However, you know, even with that, he still has too much hubris, right? And this, which we see in this game, right? He's very smart and very cunning, and he can create these great things, but he never thinks long-term. Like, he didn't think about how making all of these guys sign an oath would backfire into them getting sent into a war. He doesn't think about how not killing the Cyclops would turn out for him to get the Cyclops to get revenge. He doesn't think about how, like, there's just a lot of things. He doesn't think it through all the way sometimes. Like, he makes these very smart decisions, and he's being very cunning, but then his hubris always gets in the way. So it's very interesting. But it is really sad when you think about, like they literally, like, they're only together for such a short period of time. And he really did love her, because he really tried, but, like, yeah, it's sad, because then he gets torn away from her. And he's gone for so long, you know? But you know that they really loved each other, because Penelope was also a very smart girl. Like, she, was able to delay getting married. Like, they were constantly like, your husband's been gone for 2 decades. He's dead. You need to pick a new husband. We need a king of our country. And these guys were their guests, not really their guests. And trying to get her to marry them. And so she was constantly like, oh, but my father-in-law is gonna, I need to make this thing for him. And then she would, like, undo it every night and then redo it so that it was never finished. She did the thing with the bow and arrow that she knew only her husband knew how to use. And was like, oh, any man who can string this bow and hit all of these targets, because she knew her husband was a good archer and had a special bow. She's like, could do that. And then, again, as she tests him when he comes back, because he's disguised as a stranger after all these things he goes through, she's like, oh, well, if you can move our wedding bed. And to which he's like, how dare you? Like, I could never do that. Our wedding bed was carved into a live tree. You would be asking me to cut the tree down. It cannot be moved. It's meant to represent a symbol of our love. And to which that's how she knows that that's really him. It's very sweet. And that's how you know, like, they really did love each other, even for, like, ancient Greek standards, you know? That's love, which says a lot. Because a lot of ancient Greek people, they don't be loving their wives, man. Yeah, he doesn't know how his actions will affect him and others in the long run. Yep. To set the trials so that only he can compete. Exactly. Like, she did it because, like, she wanted only her husband to win. And, like, I think that's she's so smart. That's so sweet. And I love that. I love them dearly. I think this one just shows, oh, this is fun. So a special segment with Penelope and Odysseus as they talk about the Trojan War, the Odyssey, and beyond. Yes, please. More content. Welcome to Pre-Odyssey Theater. If you're here, that means you've beaten one of the main endings. Thank you for joining us on our journey. By the way, I don't see your ducks today. Oh, they're on leave. Those children also enjoy their alone time after all. The Jibbies, I know! Thank you, Techmedius, for giving us this alone time. What was that? Oh, just thanking the gods. Speaking of gods, don't you have the favor of the goddess Athena? There we go, there it is. You're so lucky that you have the goddess of wisdom on your side. Oh, that. I'd rather not rely on them, God's favors. They're just so fickle. One moment they can be your ally, and then an enemy tomorrow. I wouldn't say so. You have to end up incurring their wrath at least. Like, for desecrating their temples. Anyways, what do you want to talk about? Oh, look, we got so many options. I guess we can go through all of the different ones, I guess, maybe. Odysseus? Yes? We both know you hadn't gone to Sparta just to take a vacation, right? Okay, fine. I mean, sure, I didn't lie about it being a vacation. But, you know, kings and princes from across the land gathered in one place. Normally, we just mind our own business, but something like that, well, it's a recipe for disaster. I have to keep myself updated with foreign affairs, you know? And I just so happened to have the best cover to take at the time, so it was the guise of the suitor. But after observing the situation, it just turned out to be a sad gathering of love-struck fools. So I figured, hey, guess I'll just take a vacation. Granted, Uncle Tandarius did have a very real predicament on his hands. Yeah, well, not my problem. Calling them out for real. You thought of a solution from the start, didn't you? But you kept quiet about it. Hey, if I solved the problem from the start, then we wouldn't have been able to meet anymore. Besides, the plan only worked exactly because time was ticking. And everyone was already agitated and anxious, so they didn't think twice about accepting the conditions of the oath. So you already figured that out. Why did you have to question me? I just wanted to test you. I love that about you. They're so cute. In any case, Pre-Odyssey is based on the story of the Oath of Tindarius. We know very little about the myth.
Oh gosh, not that again. Disabled.
Guys, I accidentally keep clicking V when I'm going to click my space button. And then I hear the ominous voice, self-voicing in it. Excuse me. We know very little about the myth. But we do know is that Odysseus was indeed one of Helen's suitors. I didn't bring her any gifts because I wasn't really interested. Instead, I made an offer to Tindarius, the one that he cannot refuse. And it is to help him have my hand in marriage in exchange for a solution to Helen's suitor predicament. The voice game is a joke. That's what I'm saying! However, there is another more obscure myth about how I had to win a foot race against Penelope's father, Prince Icarius. How did you win? The myth didn't mention much. We just know that I had to go up against a foot race champion who had never lost a race. Sounds like one of those hot-blooded sports series. Genius who never lost a match. How will our protagonist win against this? How indeed. Well, we all know how it ended. If only that was where it ended. Anyway, what do you want to talk about? Let's do the Iliad and the Trojan War, baby. Yeah, so apparently, George is who made Epic, and now he's making another series that's gonna be about the Iliad, which is the prequel. The prequel. It's just as guys, I'm not gonna lie. It makes me depressed. It makes me depressed, especially because, like, low key, I kind of like Prince Hector. I know we're not supposed to like him because he's from Troy, but I kind of like Prince Hector. And Prince Hector also had a wife and also had an infant son. The infant son that, by the way, Odysseus ends up having to, like, kill per the god's request. He has to kill the son. I like Prince Hector, but Prince Hector is, like, brutally killed by Achilles. Which is so sad, because he does that thing that happens even in modern movies. This is how you know humans never change. Thousands of years ago, we were writing stories, and we write them the same way today. Because before he has to go to battle, he turns to his wife, who is carrying their baby's child, and he's, like, saying his goodbyes. He's like, "Don't worry, love. I'll come back, and I'll see you after this is done." And it's, like, one of those, like, final goodbye scenes, you know? Where it's like, "Don't worry, when I get back, like, da-da-da-da-da, when I get back," and you're just like, he's not coming back. And yeah, no, he's, like, brutally killed by Achilles. And not just killed by Achilles murders this dude in battle, and then straight up drags him on the back of his chariot for miles. So not only does he kill him, but he destroys the body, which is extra horrible in this time because it was believed if the body was destroyed, like, you wouldn't, like, ascend to heaven and stuff like that. Like, so his body was desecrated. It was just, like, horrible, horrible, horrible. I feel so bad for King Hector and his wife and his poor infant son, man. Like, they had it rough. And then the son gets killed, too. And the wife probably also got killed. So it's like, man. Oh my gosh. All because the gods had a little, like, hissy fit. Because, you know, the gods are also responsible for the war in these things. So it's like, what the frick? Oh, man. It's just tragedy on tragedy on tragedy. Yep, and then we call it an epic because it's about a hero. It's like, okay, I guess. I guess sounds depressing to me. It's the same thing with the Odyssey. It's super depressing. But it's like, nah, this is an epic tale. And it's like, is it epic? It's epically depressing. Stupid gods giving all the angst when they are moody for real. Yeah, and then like, yeah, it's so sad. And then like literally, Prince Hector's father literally has to come to him. He comes to Achilles and literally begs him for his son's body. And he's like, please, I just want to lay my son to rest. Like, you've already killed him. You've already desecrated his body. I just want him to be put to rest. You know? And finally after talking to the father, his rage is like, Achilles' rage has finally subsided a little bit because talking to him reminds him of his own father. And so he's like, he relents and gives Hector's body to his dad. But I'm like, what the heck? This is so sad. Oh my gosh, yeah. Anyways, Iliad and the Trojan War. So, what happens after we get to Ithaca? We marry, I make you my queen, and we live happily ever after. The end. We both know that's not how it goes. I wish it did. You and me both, Odysseus. For those who don't know, the Iliad is an ancient Greek epic poem. It tells this part of the Trojan War. And it's because of that Menicles couldn't take care of his wife. He had one job. Odysseus, language. Can you blame me? I made his marriage with Helen as smooth as possible by making up the oath of Tyndareus. Shouldn't I be exempt from it? It was my demand, it was my damned idea in the first place. But no, they just had to drag me into a war that I don't effing care about. Come on, my son was just born. I'm happily living with my wife. See, this is what I'm saying. This makes me want to cry. Because what do you mean they just got married and they just had a baby? Which means at max they were together for 2 years maybe. And then he has to go to a stupid war and doesn't see them for like 25 years. I'm so normal about this, guys. They can all go to the underworld for all I care. Leave us alone. There. She rubs his back. I think I'll take over for this one. The Trojan War started with the kidnapping of my cousin Helen, a prince of Troy, Paris, being our culprit. That's why Helen became known as the face that launched 1,000 ships. Although that figure's speech only came up in the 17th century. Anyways, because of her kidnapping and thanks to the oath of Tyndareus, all her suitors were obligated to give aid to her retrieval. This was the idea Odysseus provided my uncle so that he could have his support. The chibi drawings are so cute. Yes. They are very adorable. You can still be upset about that, huh? Of course. We had a deal. I help him, he helps me. I did my part already, and then he used it against me. The Trojan War lasted for 10— oh yeah, so yeah, I was right, 30, because that's 10 years, and then like 20 to get back or something like that. Yeah, I know, it was like, literally decades, guys, literally decades. His son was a grown man by the time he made it back home. He literally didn't get to see his son at all. Like, that's so depressing, and his wife. 10 years without you. Don't worry, I'll send you letters through the ducks. I'll always be rooting for you. Thanks. There is a reason that Odysseus had to be sent to Troy, even though he should have been exempt. Since he was the one who came up with the oath in the first place, Odysseus nods. Because of that damn prophecy. which said that they couldn't win without me. I'm sad that you had to leave, but I think you're amazing and they couldn't have gone without you. Yeah, well, it's nothing. Oh no, it's definitely a huge undertaking. Everyone should be familiar with the term Trojan horse, yes? It was Odysseus who came up with it. The Trojan horse was a trump card used that led to our victory, thus fulfilling the prophecy. I actually would have preferred Trojan duck, but they would have linked it to my devotion to you. I would have loved to see that. We'll have one made in your honor. Of course, it wouldn't be called a Trojan duck, but it's the carrion duck. And I believe that's it for the Trojan War. Many things happened between, but that's a story for another time. Anyways, what do you want to talk about? One second, guys. I need to go blow my nose because I was tearing up earlier. I'll be right back. Give me a second. Let me put my little... I think I have a sticky... I'll be right back. Okay. You're back. Let's hear about the Odyssey. After the Trojan War, we have the sequel, the Odyssey. 10 more years. 10 more years. 10 more. Oh my gosh, yeah, it's a long time, man. Anyway, the Trojan War lasted for 10 years, and then the sequel lasts for another 10 years. How did it take 10 years from Troy to Ithaca? Odysseus sobs in the corner. So, yes, it took Odysseus a total of about 20 years to get back home. The Odyssey is also my story as much as it is Odysseus's. That's why Pre-Odyssey is the title of this game, not Pre-Iliad. Because the Odyssey is our story. And you really did well holding out. You did your best to get home as well. They're so cute! They deserve better! Guys, if you guys know anything out there, find me more retellings of stuff that have Penelope and Odysseus in it. I don't care if it's like more freaking Odyssey retellings or just like games like this, like Pre-Odyssey or Post-Odyssey. I don't care. I just want to see more content with these two. If you guys see any, send it my way, please. I love them so much. Oh my gosh. My travel home was met with way too many perils and bad luck. Or so I'd say, but it's really because I may have caught the ire of a god or two. Or 3. I don't know, I lost count. But we have Athena to thank for that you managed to pull through, right? I'd say it was you who drove me home. They're so cute. If it weren't for you and our son, I wouldn't have bothered through all that. I mean, sure, I love Ithaca. But going up against gods, goddesses, sea monsters, even I have my limit. But I have no limit for you, for my family. Right. You did meet a number of beautiful ladies on your way back. What? Well, you're the only one for me, I swear. Aha! You lived with a couple of them for years. You spent more time with them than me, your newlywed wife. That's because they forced me. I was more like their prisoner. It didn't help that my men were also held hostage. They were also turned into pigs at one point. What choice did I have there? Barring the fact that I did kind of lose all of my men in the end. Anyway, I never touched on any of those goddesses, and I try my best not to let them near me. Even when they're screaming at me to get down from the tree. all the time I spent on their islands. You're the only one in my mind and in my heart. You should know I was under duck surveillance the whole time. I know, I was just teasing you. You can be cruel when you try. Thanks, I do try. I know it's not your fault, I just couldn't help but be jealous, you know? You also had to deal with a few suitors back home, didn't you? A few hundred? 108? I'm sorry, I couldn't protect our home better. They thrashed everything. They even tried to kill our son, Telemachus. Lowlives. Trash. Odysseus, language. Sorry. Although I don't disagree with you, they're definitely having broken lowlife trash. I love them so much. I love them so much. Sometimes I forget that you're a Spartan. Oh, while Odysseus was struggling to return home, back in Ithaca, I tried to find excuses to avoid the suitors. And she could swear, yeah! They all tried to convince me that Odysseus had died, but I knew that he was alive. The ducks gave me regular reports on you after all, at least in this universe. Besides, I'm not the only one they're after. They're all just chasing the throne. Scumbags, lowlives, trash, language. Until finally Odysseus managed to return home disguised as a beggar. Yes, and then I cleaned up every last one of those trash. I would have stopped you if they hadn't planned to go after Telemachus as well. And because of them, Argos also... That said, I still lost 20 years with you. We counted to exchange letters through our ducks, so I still felt connected to you in those years. The ducks are her spies, for real? I guess. We really do owe those guys a lot. Agreed. And so, this is the origin of the word Odyssey. Yeah, the word Odyssey comes from the Odyssey, me. Anyway, what do you want to talk about? Sequel? There is no sequel. That thing is not canon. We're not talking about that one. Oh, good. It doesn't exist, by the way. I deny its existence. We lived happily ever after, and that's the end. Okay, we did. But we're talking about the possible Otome sequel. Yeah? What else is there to tell? Well, what about your friends, Ajax, and Telemachus? Hey, not the main characters deny the sequel. I'm not gonna lie, Beanie, that's kind of how I feel about Love Never Dies. Like, don't get me wrong, like with Phantom of the Opera, there's also Love Never Dies. And I like a couple songs from Love Never Dies, but I deny that Love Never Dies ever happened. Because, this is the guys, and this might get me some hatred. Don't get me wrong. I love Phantom of the Opera Raphael as much as the next girly. But I'm Team Raoul. I like Raoul. I think he's a cool guy. And I think him and Christine should be happy together. I'm sorry, I do. And so I denied Love Never Dies ever happened because I'm like, nah, they ruined my man. I deny it doesn't exist. In my heart, it's not real. Honestly, fair enough, yeah. I never even got to see their faces. Let them be single and faceless forever. Ew. But think about it. They kind of helped us get together. Why don't we do the same for them? Because those two are hopeless. Besides. Never mind. They die, guys. Besides what? The fact that they die. They're both dead. Those two go with him to war and are also part of the men that die in the war or die home. I don't remember when both of them died, but they're both dead in the war, guys. They did not make it home. The only one who made it home from the war was Odysseus. All the other ones, they dead. They're all dead. Then what about our boy, Telemachus? Yes, let me date Telemachus. Let me, you guys had your time and I love you dearly. Let me. He does grow up to be a good boy. Odysseus nods to himself sagely. He has your beautiful hair. He looks just like you. I wouldn't have it any other way. But no, he's too young. But he's past 20 by the time you return home. Don't remind me. Let him be my baby boy until just a little while. Sorry, Telemachus, I tried. Anyways, no sequels. Aw. I wanted to play one about the Iliad with our friends, or the Odyssey with your shipmates. Penelope? That won't end well. They all died, baby. They're all dead. But if the main characters from the modern day who ends up in our world, where are you learning those? Anyways, what do you want to talk about? Alright. Thank you for spending your time with us. Goodbye. I love them. They're so cute. I love them both so much. They're so cute. I love them so— I'm sorry. I'm just like on a broken record loop right now, but genuinely that's all I feel right now. Ah, this game was so cute. What the heck? And honestly, we finished it shorter than I thought we would. That was fun. I liked that one a lot. Oh my gosh. We might have to try some of the other— I'm curious to try some of the other endings, but I also kind of low-key don't, because 2 of them are friendship endings. Which, nah. I want them to end up together. I love them. And then we got the romantic one, but I'm like, other than romantic, what could the other romance ending be? I'm kind of scared. But I think we got the best ending in my opinion. In my opinion, we got the best one, so. Yeah, and I think that's it. I think that's all the stuff we got. Yeah. We're still missing a couple of these, which I guess you get if you play some of the other routes. And some of the other choices, as I'm guessing. I don't know. The chibi section is reminding me of a funny thing that's gonna happen in a certain game project that's being worked on. Oh yeah? I can't wait. Oh, Beanie, I don't know if you were here the other day when I was talking about this, but I was mentioning the other day when we were playing Trapped with Gesture, I was saying, you know, you should totally, if you and everyone who worked on it would be cool with it, I think you guys should totally release them on, like, your guys' games onto, like, itch.io or something like that. Like, as a free game. Or you guys can make it cheap if you wanted to. But you could even just release it as a free game. Because, like, we played the Trapped with Jester, and the people who made that game, they were like, oh, we made this game, like, within a week. Like, literally did an entire game in a week. And I thought it was pretty good, and I had a fun time with it. So I'm like, honestly, I think genuinely, if you guys uploaded it as a free game, I think some people might genuinely enjoy it. We are planning that? Heck yeah! Okay, that's good. I'm very supportive of that idea, because I think y'all's games are so fun. And I would love for you guys to get more love. Alrighty, I guess we'll go to chatting since we played our game. Man, what a whirlwind of emotions I've went through today. Oh my gosh. The ending showing like all of the acts from the Odyssey, that got me. I think that was my that was my turn. Guys, that actually, I was crying quite a bit. Oh my gosh, okay. Let's go to chatting. But that was fun! That was so fun! Oh my gosh, look, I'm looking at some of the achievements I got from the game. We got 5 out of 13 achievements. So there's ending 2, which is the true name. Or the true ending. Then... a couple of other ones that are interesting. And then 2 hidden ones. So, I don't know. I don't know, maybe we'll do another stream if you guys would like that. Let me know if you guys would want me to do a stream where we try and get some of the other endings, so we like speedrun some of it and try to get some other endings for it, or if we don't want to do that, because if you guys are interested, then I'll play it on stream. Otherwise, I might do that in my free time. The one for the Odyssey is called Not a Musical, Just an Epic. In all caps, because it's epic to me. Cool. I'm down for another one? Okay. Yeah, maybe we'll do that at some point. I don't know if we'd have time to schedule it in for this month, since we were pretty packed with our other ones. But maybe if one of the other games we play is, like, super short, we could play it and try to get some other endings, or maybe we'll play it next month or something. But I feel like trying to get some of the other endings could be fun. There's some fun achievements in here I kind of want to try to do. There's one called Meaning of Our Names, which says ending 2, true ending. So I'm guessing true ending is going to be the one that's most accurate to what we know of how they got proposed to, if I had to guess. There's a one called In Another World, obtain true friendship ending, which that sounds kind of depressing, but I'm guessing it's like they don't end up together. Then there's a completionist one if you get all of the lore. There's one called Please Marry Me, obtain Odysseus' special questionable proposal. I want to get that one. That sounds amazing. One called Lore Keeper, and then Curator, and then 2 hidden ones. So I don't know. We might go achievement hunting together. Try to get some different endings, some different achievements. But that was super, super fun. Not the questionable proposal. I kind of, like, I really want to see that. That sounds so fun! But yeah, I enjoyed. That was awesome. I really liked that game. That made me really happy. Oh man, I kind of bummed. So, like, this people, they also made the Trapped with Jester that we played earlier this week, which was also, like, super fun. And, but they don't have that many games. Their only other game that they have is The Princess of the Tower Who Wants a Hero, which is another one of their free games. This is their only paid game. So now I'm kind of bummed. I'm like, man, I wish they had more games. They're really good. Oh my gosh. But yeah. Alrighty. Hopefully they make more. Yeah, I hope so too. This was their first, like, big paid game, so, you know, there's hope. I also want to thank you for agreeing to be one of our script reviewers. Yeah, of course! So congested from crying. Yeah, I hope I can be of help. But I'm excited. I'm excited. I think it'll be really cool. Very, very cool. Alright, let me see. Got that. I just had my word pulled up from when I was trying to, like, learn how to sound out people's freaking names. Okay, let's see. Who's alive? We got actually quite a few people who are alive. I like going live on the weekends, because that's actually when most of my friends are actually live. Instead of, like, my Wednesday nights where almost no one's live, and I'm like, I don't know who to raid. I'm also not going to be the only artist working on it. Oh, exciting. That'll be good, though. I get to partner with someone else. That'll be nice, yeah. It'll be good, because it's like, that's a lot. You guys work so hard on those things, man. I know a lot of effort goes into them. Okay. I lost sanity last time I was seeing color wheels. I believe it. It is rough. Let's see. We got 2 people that are live. We got Jade's live and Foo's live, but they both have been streaming for quite some time. Who's playing a horror game? Yes, I did see that. It says he's also got his webcam on. That's crazy. But my immersion! My immersion, guys! He started playing 2 hours into it? Okay. Yeah, his thing says that he's doing, games and demos? Not the immersion break. How can I cope with this, guys? Oh my gosh, what do you mean he's not a cat boy? What do you mean? What do you mean he's not a cat boy? My immersion. Oh, I hope we can get my room soon. I haven't got an update for you guys yet. I know my artist has been working on it. So like this is kind of crazy, but like my artist and me, we were chatting about the room stuff. And then I don't know if you guys realize this, but back sometime between, I forget exactly the date, but sometime between like October and November, Twitter had this weird thing where you had 2 separate inboxes. You had an encrypted one and a non-encrypted one, and they had 2 separate ones for a while. And then at some point in there, they merged them into one, and when they did this, a bunch of messages got deleted, or at least for me. A few of my messages got deleted from recent conversation that I had, and so me and my artist were yapping around the room, and like a chunk of our conversation just completely like got erased from the conversation, which is kind of crazy. But I reached out to him again about it, and so he said he's still working on it. So we shall see. Yeah, Twitter being a problem. I know, like, what's new? But I haven't gotten any updates, like, officially yet. Yeah. Very weird, very weird. I don't know. Hopefully we'll get it soon. I'm hoping. I was checking again, but I don't know. I'm hoping we'll have it soon though. I think he is in the final stage of it, but I don't really know for sure because, again, our messages got deleted. But hopefully we'll have our own room soon. That'll be exciting. I didn't use the color update. Like, we haven't even gotten a sketch now. Like, with all. Yeah, not yet. Yeah, fingers crossed. Yeah, I'm hoping. You know something also that's coming up that's kind of crazy, guys? I realized this. Sorry, I'm gonna go yap a little bit before you read. But I realized this also. We're actually getting pretty close to my VTuber anniversary. Isn't that kind of crazy? I've almost been a VTuber for a year already. That's crazy to me. But I put it in my calendar when I debuted, like my debut day, and my anniversary for it is actually during WeebCon. It's literally during WeebCon, so we probably won't do a stream on the actual day, but like the first stream after WeebCon, we'll probably do like a little anniversary stream for it. But I'm like, man, that's crazy that it's already almost been a year. In April, it'll have been like a year since I debuted as a VTuber. Kind of crazy. Before that, we were living on the little PNG when I had my laptop, when I was streaming on my laptop or Zio's computer. And now I've got my own PC, my own setup. We got our own model. We'll have our own room soon. That's crazy. But yeah, I think that's all the big things we got. Streams for next week, for those of you who are here now, coming up. Well, I will get the schedule posted soon. Honestly, I might post the schedule today. Usually I wait till Sunday or Monday because I have to, like, figure out what I want. But, I might post the schedule today because I already planned out my entire month of streams because of the Valentine's Day ones. But since you guys are here, I'll let you guys know what we're kind of in the things for. It's looking like... So next week is Valentine's Day week. So, ooh. So the games I'm planning on us doing for Valentine's Day week is we're going to do Snow-Kissed Romance on Wednesday. That's a demo. The full game's not out yet. I didn't technically buy. I'm part of the Kickstarter campaign for that game because that game was on Kickstarter, I think, last year. So when the full game comes out, we'll play it on stream. But I thought, yay, that would be an easy Wednesday stream. We can do like a short, like, little demo. I'll like showcase the game for you guys. So that one is cool. We've got that. So we'll do that Wednesday. Then Friday will be our ranking all of my Otome guys stream, which will be super, super fun. And then we've got Valentine's Day. We'll be streaming with Nari, because that's a Saturday, so we'll be doing our Stardew. So those are the ones we've got scheduled for next week. Exciting, nothing too crazy. And then we'll go back to playing a bunch of dating sims after Valentine's Day as well. We'll still be playing those. But yeah, that's kind of our plan for the week. I'm really excited for the Valentine's Day ranking video stream, because it'll be the day before Valentine's Day. And I like getting to yap about all my Otome guys with you guys and ranking them and stuff. It's just so fun. So I hope you guys are excited for that one too. I think last year's it was super, super long. But yep, alrighty. I think that's all we've got. I guess we'll raid into Fu, since I think that's probably our best option. He's playing in some type of like fast food horror. I want to say I've seen this game before, but I get kind of confused because there's a lot of horror games that kind of look similar. So curious to see how this one year will be. Yeah, I'll also update it, so any of the ones I've replayed this year that I feel like need to move up or down, I'll do that too. And then we'll add everybody who we have from this year. So that's gonna be Our Life is gonna get added, the boys from Our Life. It's gonna be XOXO Droplets, which is also from the creators of Our Life. Then we've got Olympia Soiree, we've got Variable Barricade, we've got Hiro Fiore, we've got Nakapara Capway Paradise now, because we played that. Pre-Odyssey can be in there, so we'll have Odysseus as one of our guys. We'll have, which I'm debating if I want to put Odysseus or if I want to put Odysseus and Penelope, because I kind of love them both. And then we've got, what other ones? Oh gosh, we got Diabolic Lovers. I don't know, we got quite a few games we're going to be ranking, so it'll be fun. We'll see how many it goes up, because I think right now, I already have like an absurd number of boys on this list. Oh, and then also whatever ones from my mobile games, I need to check those too. Yeah, literally from like this last one we had, I want to say, my Otome guys. Yeah, there's 88 guys from last year was 88. This number is only gonna go up. Which is kind of crazy to think about. Oops. But I'm excited. I think it'll be so fun. I'm excited for this week. I hope you guys are excited for this week. Hopefully work is pretty chill, so that way the streams won't be too late, but we'll see. I'm so excited. Alrighty. I guess I'll get a raid going for Fu. Just properly. Super excited! Yay! I'm so excited. Alrighty. we'll be raiding Foo. If you want to join the raid, feel free to join. We've got exclamation point raid if you're not subbed. If you are subbed, you've got choices. You can do exclamation point raid sub or exclamation point raid sub 2. Very fun, very fun. As always, be kind, respectful, all that stuff. Foo's friends. I know most of you guys probably already watch Foo. Be kind, respectful, lovely, all that jazz. I love you guys all so much. Thanks for hanging out with me. I appreciate it. I love getting to play my Atomic games with you guys. I think it's so fun, and it makes me so happy. I'm full of joy. So, I'm excited. I'm super excited for next week. Make sure you guys are taking good care of yourselves. Stretch. Get some water. Get some food if it's mealtime for you, or get a little snacky if you need it. If it's like, get some rest. Otherwise, you know, you need to relax, do that. Take good care of yourselves. And I will see you guys on Wednesday of next week. Thanks for hanging out with me. I'll see you later. Alright. Bye. Bye.